Let me drop the open on them.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation.
That's right.
Lifestyles of
Subscribe
the locked and
now.
loaded.
Thumbs up. Ring the bell so you could be notified. We are live. Come on, let's see the jazz hands. What's going on here? I'm not getting the other guys back. There we go. Jazz hands. All right. There we go. We got the full jazz hands going. We've got Dave from High Point as our special guest. There he goes. Dave from High Point showing off the new logo patch. Now, I'm guessing that's a prototype, Dave.
No, actually, we had some of these at a NRA show, and they went within the first 2 days. Okay. And we had a few that we took to GOS, and those were gone within a day. Mm. And then I ordered like several thousand more for NRA, and they weren't delivered in time. I just got them today. Okay,
so we're going to call dibs on a couple of those.
Absolutely.
Can we convince you to give some of those away to people out there?
Yes.
Okay, today?
Sure.
Okay, all right. How many? We'll work this out somewhere here in the show. All right. What we'll do. But we've got Dave from, Wicca? Kawaka. I don't know why I said, okay, sorry. Kawaka.
That sounds like a Star Wars character.
Yeah. Dave Kawaka.
You want a Wonka?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Okay, here's how I'm going to remember this. When I lived in Nigeria, one of the curse words was waka.
Oh, no.
That was a curse. And you do you know how we have our own little flipping the bird here? Yeah. There, it's like, this is flipping the bird. And if you do this and you say waka.
Waka,
so I'm going to Kawaka.
Oh, that's waka, awesome.
We got Dave Kawaka joining us from High Point Firearms.
I'm loving that. My cousin of mine, she's a big...
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think he froze up a little bit.
Oh, no.
We gave him too many Kawakas. We'll get him back here in a second. I think there's something going on with the thing. We'll get him back. Okay, we've got Walter Keller. There he goes. Walter Keller's here joining us. Babyface P is back from vacation for 3 months or whatever.
It feels like it's been forever. But I was on last Thursday. It hasn't been that long.
Were you?
Yeah, that was with the lovely lady. I can't remember her name.
Oh, that wasn't Thursday. That was Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Everything from Wednesday was a blur to me. It's a blur. Yeah. So and thanks to Harry's Holsters sponsoring the podcast. Shout out to Harry's Holsters. You can use the code. What is the code? Is it Hank Strange, the code? Or
I think it's Hank
Strange, yes. Gets you 10% off at Harry's Holsters. I think we got Dave Kawaka.
Am I back?
Dave's back with us. A shout out to everyone out there. If you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button, share it, all that kind of stuff. It's FreeForAll Monday. It's going to be a fun day. We've got Dave here from High Point. We're going to be taking a look at the prototype that's coming out. Throw your high points in the air if you got them. Oh, look. Ooh. There's 3 high points. So 3 of these things are not like, what is
one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah, what is Babyface showing? How could you, Babyface? Every gun guy should have a high point. I'm not just saying this because Dave is here. You guys know I say this all the time. It's like being a car guy, and you know, there's certain cars you gotta own if you could possibly get your hands on them. I think everyone should have a high point. There's mine.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is a C9. Walter, what do you have?
I got the JHP. It's a 45.
JHP. And then what's that one that you have there, Dave?
Oh, it's the new unnamed.
The
C9
prototype.
C9 2.0 Gen
yes,
2.
Dave's going to be here. He's going to talk all about this. If you guys have questions. And Babyface, what do you have? What is that thing that you're trying to...
My home-built Glock 19.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I bought this frame secondhand from a police trade-in, and then I built it using polymer 80 parts.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, right, Dave?
No, I'm down with that. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm sure you might have a Glock or two. I don't know if you're allowed to say.
Yeah, I do. I have a Glock and I have polymer 80. I've not started yet, so yeah.
Oh, you haven't built it up yet?
You're gonna like it.
No, I've not built it yet. It's still sitting in the safe, just sitting
cool.
there.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if High Point will ever do a polymer version that people could just build their own. I mean, because I think High Point is a great the way.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. The way that I got mine is that I did some videos a while back where, because people were saying to me, what if you can't afford a $500, $1,000 gun? What can you do?
Right.
And I was like, you can get $100 gun. And I did a video, and the one that I found was the High Point. So I got my High Point with background check and everything for $500. I mean, I'm
Right.
sorry, not for 500.
I said
for
500
100.
I would have
Holy,
said
that's like
it.
4 high
Yeah,
points.
yeah, we got in a bunch.
Right.
For $100, I got my High Point used. So with the background check and all that, $100, got a High
It's a
Point.
$100 one too, actually.
Yeah, Walter's rocking. That's a
I bought it
45. Yeah, 45.
Friend/customer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and of course we do. This is not the High Point did send us a 10mm carbine. This is not it. I forgot it today. But Walter and we were shooting it this weekend, right, Walter?
Yes, we did. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll have some commentary on it.
Yeah. This one actually came from Richard Hughes, who's hanging out. Richard, where is he? He brought me pizza. He's hanging out. He's hanging out here. He's somewhere around here. You guys will see him if I can get him on here in a second. So we got the 10mm. All right. So, and we also have Dave's baby.
I still hear her.
Yeah. The baby Kawaka's
Oh,
up.
yeah, she
You want to
goes.
come in, Richard? Come say hi to the people. Richard brought me pizza, just so you guys can see. Brought
Damn.
me pizza. Did you get any of this pizza, Babyface? You were just over here. Did you leave?
I must have missed Richard
Yeah,
as
there
I
you go.
walked down the stairs.
What's the address?
Yeah.
I got another box.
You want to get some pizza delivered to you?
Right over here.
Yes.
I'm only about 5 minutes down the
Yeah,
road.
if you
It's not
really
bad.
want it, I'm sure he could.
No, I'm good.
His ride is pretty fast. It's a pretty fast car that he's got. Yeah. So that's it. It's Monday. Shout out to everyone out there. Let us know if you guys have questions and comments and things like that. Let me get to. Okay, let's start with you, Dave. Seems like you got a good signal right now. How was your weekend, man? What were you getting up to?
Nothing. Kid's first T-ball game. He was kind of excited for that. Other than that, Mother's Day.
Okay,
nothing
nice.
fancy.
Oh yeah, Mother's Day. How was your Mother's Day?
It was good. Wife enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Had to make the long distance call to my mom out in Cali.
Okay, cool.
So that's always. She's just hello, hi. In California
Yeah.
still. Yeah, you are.
How was
Good luck
it?
with
How
that.
was it in a communist state?
Right.
Yeah. I know that's. Were you born in California? Did we lose him? Did we lose Dave?
He's
like
just got
he
a nice
froze.
smile going right now.
Yeah. Frozen exactly
At least
the
he
right
freezes in like the nicest way possible.
moment. I think we can hear him. He could hear us for
he's
sure.
coming back slowly.
Yeah, he's there. He's
I
there.
said I can hear you guys just fine. It doesn't stop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your
Yeah.
picture freezes for like 10 seconds, and it's
Nice.
just you with like
Yeah.
a big smile. So it was all right.
Nice.
Yeah. So okay, Mother's Day was good. How was you guys Mother's? What do you all do for Mother's Day?
We did
First,
steaks
there you
and
go.
shrimp.
You did
Mom.
steaks and shrimp.
Steaks and shrimp. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Did your mom do the cooking or did you do the
No,
cooking?
Dad and I did all the cooking, and Dad did the cleaning. So she had a good day.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, cool. Don't tell Lola that she's not supposed to cook on Mother's Day. Because I'm like, listen, it's Mother's Day. That means you definitely have to make us something. So, what about you, Walter? What did you do? I know I saw you pre-Mother's Day.
Saturday, yes.
Yes.
Mother's Day. Okay, well, I got up.
Man.
Obviously, I'm still here.
Mhm.
Went over to the shop and actually cleaned guns. Got those all cleaned
Mhm.
and put them away. And then I had a couple people stop by the shop that wanted to buy some stuff I had.
Oh, you were working on Mother's Day.
Went to lunch with my significant other and my son. Went and got some steak and shake for lunch.
Oh,
Mhm.
always good.
And, yeah, and then came back later on and made dinner. Me and Spencer kind of made dinner for the wife, which is kind of a common thing actually.
Mhm.
And
You
that was
always
pretty
do the
much-
cooking, right?
I'll do a lot of times too.
Mhm.
So
I threatened to do some cooking on Mother's Day, but Lola wasn't really having it. And yes, you guys do hear a baby. How old is your
That's
baby?
mine.
Yeah, how old is your baby, Dave?
Almost 4 months.
4 months.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
girl.
She's new. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool,
so-
Yes.
cool. It's tough. She's probably like, is there a little bit of teething going on at all, or is it too early? I can't remember.
Hey, it's been so long for Hank, you can't remember any of them.
Yeah, mine. I think either one or both of mine were born with just a little tiny teeth, a tooth or two, you know, right from the beginning, and that is always a lot of crying.
Yeah.
So, you know how that is.
Too long ago.
Yeah, you don't want to get back into that. Let's see. Everyone's throwing up pizza signs out there. Pizza. Lots. Okay, everyone's saying someone feed the baby. I'm happy to pass some pizza off to the baby, but
Yeah.
we will get in trouble.
I don't know that any of us are qualified for that. So.
Yeah. Probably not. Babyface. You know, unless we can get that campaign going, get Babyface the boobs.
For the boobies.
Yeah.
There you go. Do they function? Is that something that happens with that? I don't know.
Yeah, we have a campaigin going, Dave, just in case you don't know.
Every guest has to hear about this.
Yes, it's hashtag get boobs for Babyface.
Every guest has to be informed about this. First time I've ever
High Point might be able to help us out. You never know. They have lots of plastic over there. They can, they can supply us with a specialized plastic.
We do our own injection molding, so you never know.
Exactly, man. You know, have you seen Fembots? Fembots have it.
There you go.
Yeah.
C9's built into them.
Yeah.
Man, I'm on board. If this is what's happening, I like that too with
this for that Babyface, you're down.
Yeah, I might. This is changing the landscape here.
Walter is like, oh my god, you guys are gonna embarrass me. Yeah. Like, why do we wait until a firearms company comes on to embarrass
I'm looking at the High Point, figuring out how I'm going to put a suppressor on it.
So here's what
you buy the new one.
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
of course. When are we going to be able to buy this, Dave? Right now, this is actually no kidding. There's a lot of people out there waiting for this to come out.
Oh yeah, they're hammering us for it as well.
Yeah. Plan
is still end of the year, like maybe October, probably like December to be realistic.
Okay.
So literally end of the year. Okay. But it's production's going forward. I mean, they've got some mold designs are about ready to be sent off to get built. So it is moving forward. But yeah, end of the year is the target for it.
Okay.
It takes time.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. It does.
By the way, shout out to Franklin Armory. I see the Franklin Armory guys are in the chat. So let's just jump into this with the new High Point. First of all, is there a name? Do you guys have a name?
Not yet. Not. Oh.
No.
Not yet. No name. But something we're working on. We'll be releasing soon that we can kind of I can talk about here is we're gonna do a open to the public name suggestion. We're gonna. Oh yeah, exactly right. We're gonna open up a forum and let people submit the names they choose.
Make sure you have very good security on that, because all I can think is every time that like McDonald's has tried something or any of those, 4chan has jumped in.
Wasn't there some boats named like this? Yeah, there was some. First of all,
God,
if this is gonna be public, let's start the campaign right now. The Hank.9. Hank.9.
Hank.9.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? If Mac got everybody to do like the Mac.9, people would be like, "Yeah, we'll do that."
Don't give him suggestions. Don't give a dude that has 800,000 people following him suggestions. I want the Hank.9 to come out. When is this?
Hank Point.
Yeah, when is this starting? Dave?
We just started talking about it. We just started some groundwork for it, so I'm not really sure. We might. I don't know if we're gonna try and do that by sometime in June or July, but kind of soon-ish. But the point will be is we'll leave it open. You can submit a name, and then we'll take the names and cut a bunch of ones that we obviously don't like out.
Oh no, that's
ones.
I'm not saying.
Hold on now.
I'm not saying mine because it's not a bad name. So.
Oh.
No, you keep it.
Oh yeah, then save it because what we'll do is afterwards we'll take we'll all kind of vote on ourselves, take the top 5, maybe 10, probably 5, and those top 5 we'll then put out online for another campaign, everybody to vote on, and
Will the,
The
winner
winner-
get their gun? Will
The winner will get one of the
Oh.
new production.
Yeah, save it, Walter.
guns.
Don't spoil it.
Okay, well, the cat's out of the
So, yeah,
bag.
save your names.
Hank.9 is the official winner. I'm speaking it into existence right now. Everyone out
No
there,
comment.
do hashtag Hank.9. Franklin Armory is doing Hank.5. No, Hank.9. Hank.9. Not Hank.5. But you're close. Close.
The strange point. I think that's something else. I don't
Strange
know about
point.
that. I don't know how
Yeah.
to
No,
go
that
about
actually, that sounds like a cool idea. So, but when are you actually releasing this?
He's just tip.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was again.
Oh.
He said. He
The
said at the
naming
end
or
of
the
the year.
gun?
No, when are you releasing
Yeah,
the
the
gun?
gun. The gun's end of the year.
End of the year.
The gun will still be end of the year. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The naming will be sometime before that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all of that has to get done in about a couple of months. So what can you show us and tell
Yeah.
us about the gun so far? If you could hold it up. I know people out there, like not everyone's seen it up
That's
close.
a pretty good angle.
Threaded. It's
So-
threaded.
Yep. We have two. We'll have two models.
Oh no!
Oh,
His internet. He's
yeah.
downloading some stuff in the background.
Yeah. The baby monitor is probably what's doing it.
That's probably taking up all the
But-
time.
Yeah, but the baby, thankfully, the baby is being very nice right now. So I don't know. Okay, all right, we're gonna have to. We'll get him back in here in a second. All right. So let's see. Hank.9, everyone, do it now.
What?
Do it now. Get it out there. Hank.9. There you go.
He's coming back.
Up. He's coming back. He's
No,
coming
I
back.
think he's back now.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Quite.
I,
No.
So
Video
close.
one,
Oh.
Yeah, you might have to just go to just audio. Go to just audio for a second if it's if it's oh, there we go. Looks like we got him.
oh,
Oh, there you go.
I killed the videos.
Yeah, I killed
Okay.
video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hank Point killed the video star.
All right, let's see if we can get it in here. All right. So tell us some of the details of changes. It looks thinner.
A little bit. I mean, obviously you can tell from the look in the slide. We got that full and a little more angular width from front.
Okay. Yeah,
This might take a
unfortunately.
while.
Yeah.
Obviously, add some serrations, more
Mhm.
front serrations, the rear serrations, and hit the light better. Standard accessory rail, so you can actually mount like lights to it for real this time, not like the last gun where it
Yes.
was
Oh, like these?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
proprietary you could do nothing with other than the laser light or now Crimson Trace. They have a module, but anyways, yeah. So you can now mount typical lights to this thing. Go on to ambi mag release,
Okay.
and then you're familiar. They'll have that rattle, which is the sear drop safety. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got rid of that, and I've got a grip safety.
Oh, there's a
Okay.
grip safety added.
Yep.
Okay.
So that takes care of the rattle, so it won't rattle anymore. And then on the bottom of the, like 1911 speak here, mainspring housing, you got a rounded one piece, or you
Okay. Looks like we're breaking up a little
And
bit.
then-
Okay, you're
Oh,
back.
so you
You're
can
back.
you can
oh, I
you
still
can
good.
change. Yeah, you're
Good,
you're
so
going
good.
in and out, but you can change the grips on the back or the spring housing.
Yeah, you can change the back. Yep,
Okay.
you can change that out. And obviously, yeah, you can get a little. See it. The grips are a little thinner, but they're really cool. Where to go
Yeah.
is in the mag.
Oh.
Facing it. There you
So it's
go.
a double single, double at least. a
Yeah,
single?
double to a single. Yeah.
Okay.
So the flush fit mag will now in this one will now be 10 rounds versus the old gun was 8. Back
Okay.
it up here.
Cool.
Got 2 more rounds. That always helps. And what about sights? Is it the same sights or?
Currently, right now, the front sight is still the same, molded into the slide front sight. The rear sight, you can see lighting. The base is elongated because they'll actually have a Picatinny rail you can drop in place of it to mount a red dot to it.
Cool. Okay.
So you got a quick red dot mounting out of it.
That's cool. Okay. And then what's price gonna be on this? Same as the high point is right now?
Yeah, still shooting for like $200 MSRP on it.
Oh, Okay.
So street, I guess, will come in a little below that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what about holsters? Because obviously, like a lot of the guys out there that make the custom holsters, no one ever wants to do one for a high point. They always want the high dollar thing or whatever. So are you guys going to make those, or are you going to have like partnerships to get those out there?
We're still not going to make it, but we've always had a partnership with Galco for the longest time. They've always done holsters.
Okay.
Full-size guns. So they already said as soon as we have something ready, they'll take it, make a holster. And I've had a few other outfits recently that I won't mention names yet, just because nothing's a set deal. Mm-hmm. But other outfits do want to get online and get holsters out ready by the time the gun drops out. So yeah, we'll hopefully have a little variety for it when it comes.
Okay.
So
cool. Yeah, it looks interesting. What do you guys think, Walter, Babyface?
It's a step forward. I would like to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to shoot it. I don't have good experiences with high points, so I want to try it.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I mean, I know that from the high points that I've shot have always worked. The one thing I would say, so when I got this, the one thing I did, the mistake, because I always get a gun and take it apart to clean it.
Oh, God.
Don't do that.
And a whole bunch of stuff flew out. Sproing! It just went all over the place. And I lost those parts, but I called up High Point and they just sent me the parts. So
nice.
You'd be surprised how many guys, they'll do the same thing. And rather than call us and say, we get plenty that call in and say, yeah, can I get some parts? Sure, no problem. We send them out. But how many guys will send a box in, there's a slide, there's the frame, and a baggie full of parts, missing half of them.
Oh.
And, yeah, rebuild it and send it back out to them.
Yeah, please do it.
That was going to be one of my questions. What's the worst thing you've seen sent back?
Good one.
I mean, how?
I think I already know, but go ahead.
Aside from a box of parts, that's not that tough, really. But I mean, how bad have you seen something?
I mean, some of the horror stories are like, a guy's house whip on a fire,
and it's
lost.
melted?
Yeah, lost everything. But again, this one won't have it. But your guys will have it. The serial number plate, that steel plate.
Oh.
Yeah, that plate was still intact. Sent that in, and he got a new gun.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, he just had the plate under there? I think mine's covered up in tape or something right now.
Sure,
yeah, like mine
hasn't been removed.
No, it's right there.
Hey, I need a brand new gun. It was in a fire.
I had like that. I had gaffer tape on it. I used to do that when I first started my channel. I was like, oh man, I don't want anyone to know the serial numbers on my gun.
Right.
That's the funny thing. Yeah, my first post to the internet of like gun stuff I used to like Photoshop out the serial numbers really cool, so you couldn't tell, or I changed the numbers around. Now I'm just like, if somebody wants to find me, it's so much easier to find me on social media than it is to try to track down my serial numbers.
Right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, if you've got a gun that's been out of circulation for 30 years, they ain't gonna find you anyways.
Yeah.
Or 40 years, or some antique gun, you're not gonna find you anyways. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna tell me where. Let's see. This is some old cop gun. That's where they came from. Who wants to tell me where it came from? Some department probably. So
yeah, let's stick on the worst things that came back. But American Gun Chick is in the audience. Shout out to her. She says High Point 10mm carbine is my hug gun, baby. I love it. Which I know you guys, if you follow her, you've seen her. I think she posted up didn't she post up a hog the other day that she got with that? Really? I'm pretty sure I saw that on. Yeah, I think I saw that.
I'm jealous. I've never been hog hunting, and I want to.
Yes, American Gun Chick does all the cool stuff, and doesn't invite me ever, that's okay, that's fine. Let's see, Glocks and Things says, does it still have the fixed barrel? So we got to get Dave back here. I think we lost him for a second. So okay, I don't know if you back, Dave?
Not quite yet.
Yeah, Dave is obviously he's transmitting from a high point right now. Yeah, just when you decide to go online, right, Dave? It does not fail. So if I don't know if you heard that, but Glocks and Things wants to know, do you still have the fixed barrel?
Yeah. So I actually was I'll piggyback off that when Dave comes back in.
Yeah.
Because I know.
Oh yeah, they're all. It's still a fixed barrel.
It's still a fixed.
Oh, you're
okay.
back. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're back.
So yeah, I know your guys' bread and butter is direct blowback. Is there any talk about doing any sort of like lockup Barrel lock up, Browning style action. I'm sure there has to be, but nothing solid.
Well,
is it talked about? Sure. Can I say anything in development that? No.
Okay.
Yeah. Now remember, High Point's been out since 1996, right? I think is it 90s, mid 90s.
Well, no, really early. 95 is when the carbine
95.
came out.
Okay.
But they've really been doing handguns for about 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got.
It was like Stallard was an old name.
Stallard was first.
Oh,
and then,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so this version came out in like 95.
Well, it's a polymer
No?
frame.
Okay. So there's an older version than this.
Oh yeah, we had
Oh, yeah.
alloy
What?
frames.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, alloy frames. The mag release was a Euro style heel release.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
There was a full size 9mm that's the size of like the 45 and 9s that are the 40 and the 45. There was a 9mm that was that size.
It's
No.
kind of cool looking. I'm not gonna lie. The all alloy frame. I'm looking at pictures of it. It's kind of neat looking. Oh, here's a stainless steel one. That's kind of dope looking. Hold on, I'll link this in chat.
Those are probably. Well, I don't know. You guys probably made a lot of them, so maybe I shouldn't say it's collectible. You know.
Yeah, they made a lot, but I don't know how many are still left out there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you still get guys calling every now and again for mags for it. You know, it's the old, it's just the old heel release.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
you guys have a lifetime
I mean-
warranty, so yeah, run that thing to the ground.
Yeah.
Kathleen Music Lover says, "What's the trigger weight on the High Point?" I'm guessing that's for the new one.
Hasn't been determined yet.
That's
I'm
something
guessing.
I have no idea on that because the trigger in this one, I think this is actually a carbine trigger.
Oh, okay.
The trigger is still a whole lot changing because they were talking about doing like a Glock style trigger. So trigger is one thing I had no idea on what it's going to be like at this point.
So, is there talks about changing trigger mechanisms like internals and stuff, or is it going to be very similar to the original C9?
Some of those internals will be very similar to the original C9 with this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be cool to have some stuff that's interchangeable with Glock or some other company out there where we can
Everybody
upgrade
wants
it and add some. Well, there are some companies that are doing that.
Is it compatible with Glock mags? That's what everybody wants.
Wrong, yeah.
Okay.
It's all the time.
So everybody knows the key to selling High Points is having a 10-round magazine. It's legal in all 50 states.
Yep.
Why you got to be all logical, Walter?
Because that's how you make money. That's how you sell guns in places where you can't sell a Glock.
True. Okay, fine.
And that's how you make money.
Yes. Walter has to come in and be practical.
Somebody's got to every now and again. Come
Yeah.
on.
That's that Eastern European thing, you know, that Russian thing, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
you make a gun that works. You don't worry. You don't have to be super pretty. It just got to work.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Of course, this does look pretty good, though.
Yes. Yes. It looks a lot better. It looks a lot better. I like the fact that it's getting thinner. It looks kind of cool. It still has the DNA of a High Point. You know, it still has the DNA in there. Yeah. So let's see. From 95 to 2019. So we're gonna see the upgrade of this. Basically 2050.
Hank, how old will you be at that point?
I'll be really old.
Yeah.
I'll be really old. I'm going to be so old, I'm going to start looking good to American Gun Chick. That's how old I'm going to be by then. American Gun Chick says she did. It's been a while. Hank is a liar. Joe tried to talk him to him about going to the hog hunt. No, you know what? That's probably true. Yeah, they probably did. They probably did tell me about the hog hunt. You know, I just got jealous when I saw the pictures going up, and I was like, damn it. Yeah. But that's cool. Okay, let's see here if we've got... Okay, we were talking... Walter had a really good question. I don't want to...
Oh, what was the very worst one you've ever seen?
Yeah.
You said the fire one that came back from a fire. So
yeah,
that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
The fire one, another good one was like a bulldozer. A guy had it and dropped it and ran over the bulldozer and just crushed it and cracked it into several pieces.
Yeah.
Still replaced it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one I've seen, I don't know if you guys saw this video, but I think IV8888 they did a complete melt. Oh, they threw it, they microwaved it, they burned it, blew it up, right? I think they did some real craziness to it. It's one of those. That video's
like
been out for a
more
while.
than one too. It was more than one they did. I think.
Yeah.
I know they had the 9 that they blew it up, bulged the barrel.
Yeah.
And I think they ended up what they ground the barrel down, and I think they put a 380 slide on it or something like that, and of course it's still fired.
Yeah. Didn't they fry it or something?
That was another one. Yeah, they melted down. Yeah, like a cast iron pan or whatever, and just melted the slide.
Yeah.
It's ZMAC. It's gonna melt. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a shocker.
Yeah.
But it was still funny. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, but I'm sure that naturally people got into worse things. By the way, someone's mentioning this is episode 380. If I didn't say it, it's episode 380. Wow. This episode. So I hope you have a 380 there, because I forgot to bring one in. And Drucifer says, so do you have to carry a 380 to watch today? Which is a good question to Drucifer.
Damn,
Does anyone have a 380 on them?
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
Come on.
I got one downstairs.
Someone save us. Oh, Walter, there you go. Walter throws up the 380 for the save. Yeah. Let's see. Ray Bozzolo.
I'm gonna go grab some blowback since you guys all got blowback.
Okay. Yeah. Ray Bozzolo says, Hank, have you seen the Demo Ranch? I know Demo Ranch did do a high point video. I don't. Did I see that? I think I did.
It was a 40 cal he had, and he shot it at the end of the video. Yeah. Shot it with another gun.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Demo Ranch did that. The Demo Ranch one is more recent. So, okay, we got Davis freezing up a little bit, but here's a question from Simpson Road Larry. Maybe, Walter, you can handle this. Simpson Road Larry says, how the hell do they stay in business? They sell lots of guns.
Price point.
Yeah.
Price point.
Yeah. But as you said, Walter, they're selling these guns to a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there with high points. Very accessible.
Look at the craziness about the 10mm carbine.
Yeah.
That was like some epic, awesome new gun there, but it's in 10mm. Everybody just lost their shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
Yeah, we gotta ask. Let's see if we can get Dave to tell. Are you back, Dave? I saw him for a second. Yeah, we should find out from Dave what were the numbers on the 10mm carbine, because that's got to be. Oh, he was there. He was there for a second. We got to see what the numbers are, but they've got to have and that's basically, how long's the carbine been out? The 10mm one, Walter. That's like 2 years, a year and a half.
Working probably a year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you there, Dave? No, still. Yeah, can you hear us, Dave?
Oh, my back.
Yeah, you're there. Oh,
it's loud and clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 mil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. He's still. Okay. There you go. And he's gone.
We good?
Yes.
Are we good? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Poor connection.
Yeah. We can hear you. We can see you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 10 mil came out last January. So yeah, about a year and a half the 10 mil's been out.
How many of those things have you guys sold?
Several thousand.
Okay. Well, were you guys surprised by how many sold?
Not really. I mean, we've been asked for the 10 mil I've been with them for 10 years. So I've heard at every SHOT Show and every NRA show from a few people at every show. So we knew there was a demand for it, but obviously once the 10 mil kind of exploded and came back, and we just had to roll with the 10, we knew it was going to be a hot seller because we had a ton of guys that they've never owned a high point, said they wouldn't own a high point, but because we had a 10 mil that was under $400,
mm-hmm.
they jumped into it. So
yeah, I mean, Military Arms yeah, Military Arms channel did a thing on it. Lots of people.
Lots of people did, yeah.
Yeah.
I sent a bunch out for T&E.
Yeah. So someone asked the question, Simpson Road Larry says, how the hell do you guys stay in business? So,
price point.
Yeah.
Price point and warranty. I mean, those two, the price point
and
warranty.
If you fix people's... Obviously, you get a lot of guns that people fuck with and they break it.
Oh, totally.
And they lose parts. If you fix that without any question, when you do that for somebody, they go,
yeah,
wow,
life for life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One of the funniest ones I saw video was the firearm guy. In his video, he was dragging his C9 in the video behind his truck, and in the video, he called the factory and was like, "Hey, I just dragged a gun behind my truck. Can I send it for repair?"
Yeah, That you cut off there, Dave. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying, you just price point and warranty. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when and the fact that it's available, you can sell it in all 50 states.
Right. And it's
Yeah.
American made.
Yeah.
Right, and that 10-round magazine is because you can sell it in all 50 states.
All right,
Yep.
all right. I got my non-competitive blowback gun.
Oh, wait a minute, hang on.
Nice.
Non-competition.
Nice.
Tokarev's not blowback. That's locked.
No, it's not
up.
Tokarev. That's a Colt, baby. That's a
Colt.
Colt
It looks like-
1903.
Yeah, it is a Colt. Yeah, this is.
Nice.
1903 pocket hammerless.
Yeah, this is babyface. You know that's a
That's
Colt.
right.
Wait a minute, that doesn't lock up on the barrel?
No, this is blowback.
Oh,
Barrel
okay.
stays
I mean-
exactly the same.
I mean, I
Yeah.
got one too.
It does look like the Tokarev, though. It does.
It does.
It did.
Yeah.
I thought it was too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who copied who?
The
Oh,
Russians
God.
copied Browning. That's what
Bravo.
Oh, the Russians. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Browning came out with that style gun like 1900 or 1900. There's one that's real before the 1903, and
Yeah.
they copied them.
Yeah. So here, let me hit this one from Jafari H. He says, I got screwed. I thought I was buying a standard 15-round mag, but it turns out it's Cali compliant 10-round mag. And I can't easily convert it.
There
It's
is no
good for
10-round.
training. Yeah.
There's no 15-round mags for a high point. Unless you
No.
get that
Well,
one double
you go-
connected or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you guys have.
there's,
Okay.
There's Pro Mag, which those are 15 rounds, and we don't recommend the use of those things.
Is anybody?
Yeah.
Right.
Use magazines that actually work, please.
And then
Pro Mag is great for making kits.
I'll grab one real quick.
You
Let's
know,
see.
like a conversion kit or something for your 1022. That's
Maybe.
great. Like from Archangel, which belongs to Pro Mag. But the magazines, I've never had good luck. Oh, there it
that
goes.
one there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the red ball, the 20 rounder. It's only for the carbine, for the 9mm carbine.
Okay.
And it's not a top and a bottom. It's a left and right halves. I mean, it's let's see if you can see any of it.
Okay.
But
so,
yeah, a lot of guys keep thinking it's two mags slammed together, but it's not.
So you
It's
don't
one
flip
piece.
this over?
Nope. Just
Oh.
20 rounds continuously through it.
Oh, so
Oh, weird. Okay, I've never seen one of those.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that
all-
on the website.
Yeah, all this guy is in the middle here is literally an over insertion stop. That's it. That's all it is.
Oh, okay. So what are you guys selling that for on the website?
Like $25.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Christian Gress gave us $5. He says, "Let's take up a collection and get Dave a better internet connection." Yeah. Thanks for even coming on, Dave. I know you're probably like,
Absolutely.
how does the internet mess up right when we start doing
Oh,
this?
totally. I mean, I keep checking settings. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah. John Dieter Walter is saying that his Tokarev is blowback.
There is no Tokarevs that are blowback.
Yeah.
You
Not
might have a Vietnamese jungle copy. I mean, a Viet Cong, but the Tokarev round you cannot do blowback with,
Yeah.
unless you got a PPSH 41, like we were doing on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know. Let us know exactly what that is, that Makarov.
No, not Makarov.
Yeah, not Makarov.
Tokarev.
Yeah.
Makarovs are blowback.
Okay, no.
Tokarevs are
I misread. He
762.
said Makarov. I said Tokarov.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
strange.
that's me
Bad
being
news for Bono.
dyslexic.
Makarov, yes. Tokarev, no.
Yeah, okay. And Moobut says, "Damn you guys, I'll be back. I have to peruse arms list for a high point."
Get a $100 bill one. You need
Everybody, I'm not.
Yeah.
Listen,
Problem
I am not saying that because Dave is here. Every gun guy worth your salt, you should have a freaking high point. You don't talk about stuff if you don't get it, and then formulate your own experience with it. But it's not expensive to get one, and I'm gonna get this one when it comes out because that's gonna be like, the new hotness. How much you want to bet that's gonna be the new hotness? Are you guys gonna make a pistol in 10mm?
You know what I can tell you is between the makeover that this thing is getting, the plan is to then give that makeover to the other calibers, and we might look at a 10mm pistol. It's possible.
I don't know if the 45 action is heavy enough for the blowback part.
The funny thing about that is the carbine action and the pistol action are pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a little more weight in the 10mm carbine than say the 45 or the 40 cal carbine.
Right.
So you apply that same little extra weight in the 10mm handgun. I mean, in your hand you probably won't notice it that much from one gun to the next, but it can be done.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. Then to make my own barrel in 10mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kathleen, music lover, she's gonna be contrarian. She says nope, no high points. Now, have you guys ever made a revolver or considered a revolver? Maybe we'll get her.
A revolver? Why?
Okay, just look at Dave's face. And
Why do you want to do that?
It's not frozen. That's Dave's face. With that suggestion.
Yeah. No. Actually, believe it or not, we've had a lot of suggestions for that. People have asked us for a revolver. That shocks me. I don't get it.
Everybody goes. Any company that makes semi-autos, every company wants them to make a revolver. For some reason, I don't know why.
All right, let me just throw a word out there that because I know about this stuff. There used to be
reliability.
Import stuff called Rohm, ROHM. I think they came in from Germany or something like that. Those were inexpensive revolvers with basically die-cast frames and steel cylinders and steel inserted barrels and
really
they've in the past inexpensive handguns have been made, but
it's you guys ready for the last name of that? It's Rohm Gesellschaft. you gotta get your Gesellschaft up in there.
Now, was I correct or not?
It is ROHM. Yep, it's got the 2 little dots over the O.
Yep.
Okay, you're gonna make me choke, man.
That sounds like Rohm Gesellschaft was a porn dude.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Okay, Michael and Colleen Doherty says, please make them Massachusetts compliant, and you will sell thousands. Please. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know what that requires.
Yeah,
we get asked that.
Is a high point not Massachusetts compliant?
Sure it is.
I'm guessing not. I don't know what it requires to be mass compliant.
How would it not be? I mean, it's only a 10-round magazine. I don't.
Yeah. So can you clarify that for us, guys? Tell me why it's not Massachusetts compliant.
It looks like they have a firearms roster similar to California.
For crap's sakes.
Or whatever.
Oh, you got to meet certain requirements.
Man.
Get on their approved list.
So it's Cali safe, but not Massachusetts safe.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, you think that'd work if it's? I mean, come on. If you can get in California, it should be okay everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have to see why that particular thing is. Something's going on there. SoCal Gunner gave us a couple of bucks. Says won't be able to buy the new High Point here in Cali
because it's not on the list. I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's expensive to get on the list.
Yeah,
right?
But.
Well, I thought with their microstamping, you couldn't get anything new into California.
Oh.
That's why technically you can't get Glock Gen 4s and 5s because Gen 3's on the list, but the Gen 4s and 5s are a new gun. That's my understanding.
But
Plus, it's expensive.
Yeah, couldn't you get the new Gen tested for $200,000 and have it approved?
Probably something like that.
Stupidly expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Glock, it's we have Gen 3s. Why would we need to pay $200K to get a Gen 5 in there? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Is a Stollard on California's list?
Stollard?
The original...
that's still metal High Point?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you that.
Okay, we'll have to look that up.
I mean, that point's a used gun because used guns get to California all the time, and they don't. That's okay. Yeah. If you move into California, their whole arsenal, you could buy one of the new ones and move into California, and then sell it to somebody, and hey, you got it in California, and you're okay. Explain that one to me.
Unless you live in Bel Air with.
Yeah,
an 8,000 square foot house.
Yeah, with 1,000 guns up in there.
Wait, here we go. Very rare Stallard Arms JS9 original high.
Very rare. Okay, what's the price on it?
$400. Not as bad as I thought.
What
was the price of that originally?
89 probably.
Yeah,
89.
Oh
wow, $89. $89. That's about right. Yeah.
So that went up in value. That went up.
Oh, definitely.
You gotta respect that. You have to respect that. Okay, so I gotta read some of the haters. Go ahead, Walt. Go ahead.
Speaking of that, my wife, back early '90s, I bought her a yellow G-Shock. It was a female size yellow G-Shock. Nothing special. And and she pulled it out the other day, and the battery's dead and everything else. So I just got on the interweb and looking on eBay about getting parts for it and stuff. Some people want $4,000 or $5,000 for one of those things.
They're now super acceptable. G-Shock used to be like the working man's kind of watch. Now they're like a fashion accessory, and they're crazy.
But the yellow, the
gold.
small yellow ones, they didn't make that. They didn't make them for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hers is not pretty or anything. It's used for sure, but it's like, holy cow.
Yeah.
So,
Same thing with some of the Swatch watches. You know, Swatch made very affordable, especially the quartz. I mean, even like an automatic Swatch watch is some serious, you know, is like seriously cheap. So you can get an automatic Swiss movement Swatch watch for like less than $200. So the quartz ones, you can get them $20 or whatever, but they're collectors because they just put out limited edition ones, and people have been collecting them for a long time. So let's see, LV Louis Cipher. Okay, I got to read some hater stuff. So he says he will buy. He says he'll buy a Ford Pinto long before a High Point. LV Louis Cipher.
Hey,
Good luck with that.
Yeah, there's no guarantee on that.
Don't laugh about the Pinto.
Okay.
You don't see that many Pintos anymore. They were disposable cars, but in a collector's world, that makes things more valuable. Especially if it was unfixed and it had the original.
If you never
stuff
mess
in it.
with it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like a Fiero.
More power to him.
Yeah.
that's like the Gremlins and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
people collect that stuff
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah. It's like a Fiero.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
Fieros.
getting more collectible.
Because you can't find one that's not touched. You have to imagine finding a Fiero that no one messed with at all.
Or it's not all beat to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about that. You know, that's probably people were probably laughing at Fieros back in the 90s, 80s, and you know. I mean.
Yeah. Well, look at you. You want a Tech 9, right?
Oh, I would love a Tech 9.
I would like a Tech 9.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would love a Tech 9.
I like Tech 9. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, see, there you go.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm all over a Tech. See, this is the thing about, look, if you like things, if you like guns, like I understand what people are saying, that we're not saying this just because we've got someone from High Point here. You know, we've been saying this about High Point the whole time, me and Walter. You know, because if you're into something, you're into anything that has to do with that thing.
Yeah.
I got this and I didn't know what to expect. First mag I shot through it was a mixture of even World War II ball, all kinds of stuff, and it ate it all.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
they don't care. They'll eat everything.
Now when it didn't fire for somebody, Gabe was out at your place, Hank, at one time, and he was limp wristing it. I think he wasn't holding it tight enough.
Yeah.
And it had issues because of the recoil operation. You got to hold it firm to let it.
It's amazing how many guys they'll limp wrist the gun. But because they're an expert in their own mind, they get all pissed off, and you're like, dude, you're limp wristing it. Oh, I've been shooting guns for 35 years. I don't care. You're limp wristing that thing, you know.
Yeah. Well, so Gabe is young. Both nuts haven't dropped yet. He's a good kid. He's a good kid, you know. But sometimes you got.
That's what it was. It was like I couldn't believe it wasn't working.
Yeah.
And he wasn't shooting crappy ammo. I shot floor sweepings, what I call it, just everything, just stuff I had laying around. And it all went through the gun. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. So let's see. Jay Loafer says nothing wrong with High Point guns. Good gun for a great price. I've owned a few. So fun for the price. And I think that's the thing. So for those of us that have been into gun stuff for a while, we tend to try to get locked into certain things. I'm like that too. There's certain things that I love. You guys know I'm into bullpups and whatever it is. But there are people out there that like even what we think is entry level for a handgun, right? Like what price are we thinking is entry level here? Let me just ask everyone. Dave, what do you think? I mean, you're from High Point, but other than High Point.
For my first entry level for me, I spent, I think it was like $350 on like a Llama 1911 back in the day. Okay. So Patrick, what's entry level?
400 maybe.
No,
entry level I'd say like 250.
Yeah, 250 is my entry level.
Yeah, 250
like for a surplus, for a surplus military gun.
Okay.
250.
Yes. Dave is showing
250. Anything below 250 is one of those prices that I can impulse buy on.
Yeah.
Above 250, it starts where I'm like, I got to really think about that.
Well, look at the Star BMs that have been on the market.
Those things are dope.
189, 179.
Yeah. Wow.
These things rock, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's the thing, I think that you've got to think about, and we're like, with the thing with a High Point is whether you buy it new or used, it's covered.
Always covered.
Yeah. So
we get guys call in and they ask that. They're like, I I can't find in my area, but a pawn shop, had a used one. I'm like, buy it. Well, but it's used. I'm like, I don't care. Is it a good price? Well, yeah, it's a good price. I'm like, buy it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's got issues, send it in to us. We'll rebuild the thing, make it right. I mean, it's just it's how it is. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
And I could tell you, I've done so. For example, I'm not sure if that video is still up, but I had someone come out to the house. We wanted to shoot some cheap guns, and all the other guns we shot either would not work or the aim was way off. And the one thing I could tell you, it's not the most attractive thing, but it worked and it was accurate. So I think that's the thing that you have to. Now listen, obviously I can say to people out there that you can get other things out there. You can get stuff used. You can always find deals. I'm not trying to steer anyone away from that. I think buy all the guns you can. But if you really want to know about guns, like get a lot of different guns and just find out what they're about.
My son was trying to figure out how we could put a fun switch on it.
Ooh.
DCG.
I can tell you there's been several guys have sent carbines in. They've tried modifying to full auto. To what I've seen and heard, none of them were successful.
What do you mean and they sent it to you?
Oh yeah. Well,
after they screwed up,
FreeForAll won't work ananymore. Yeah. They screwed up and it doesn't work. So we'll just send it in. They'll put a note saying, it stopped working. Okay.
Why are there holes in extra sears?
And send this along to the ATF.
DCG44 wants to know if you guys have any plans on making a 20-round 10mm mag anytime soon.
20-round 10.
We are not, but Red Ball, because like I said, this is the 9mm.
Mm-hmm.
Red Ball has a 40 cal.
Yeah.
Oh man.
45 cal?
Yeah.
45 caliber mag in 20 rounds currently, and they are working on the 10mm 20 round mag.
Sweet.
So one is in the works. Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, show us that mag. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Patrick.
Well, that's
Red
Ball?
The
9.
Red Ball.
Red
I think
Ball,
he says is the company.
Sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone needs to talk to the Koreans.
Yeah, and
you hear me?
Right.
Someone needs to talk to the Koreans.
Drum mag.
Because I've been looking at it while we've been talking here. Going,
it's doable.
This work with this.
It's doable.
Pop that magazine out right there and stick in the high point. It might work.
I'm just like, and then we put a fun switch on it, and we have a video.
Good to go.
We have a viral video.
No doubt.
Good to go. Walter, I think if anyone could do it, you could do it. Show us the new high point again. I've got you full screen here just for people who want to see. There you go. If you guys have questions about this, we're going to try to... We've got the man, Dave's, he's got to be high up on the food chain. He actually has this prototype. How many of these are out there, Dave? This is 3D printed, right?
Yeah, this is 3D printed. One that looks this good, this is it. This is the one. This is the same one I had at SHOT Show.
I have a question. I have to
Show
ask.
again.
Okay.
Go ahead.
One of the things I always look at when I look at these guns is I see this trigger with the openings behind and I go, what is up with that? I mean, is that just purposeful or is that just that style? Is that
beyond my knowledge on that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because again, that gun's roughly 20 years old. That design, that gun. So I couldn't tell you on that.
Okay. All right. So I notice I see on the new one it's got the same idea.
Yeah, and like I said, that trigger may not even be final. That's something that's definitely prototype.
Yeah, are you talking about the cutout in there, Walter?
Yeah, the cutout in it. Yeah, the cutout in it. Yeah.
Is that for weight savings? What does that?
I would guess that might just be because it's a solid plastic trigger. Might be just because injection molding, having the cavity as opposed to it being a solid piece of plastic. Maybe, I don't know. That's
okay.
Someone might just like it. That's all.
Yeah. Really and truly. Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I think the original owner, Tom Deeb, a lot of it it's what he liked, and it's the way it was going to be. And if you didn't like it, well, that's fine. But it was his gun,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like it, design your own gun. It's kind of that philosophy a little bit.
So here's some questions. This is from Archangel. Can High Point make us an MP5 on a budget? 9mm or 10mm would be great. It's coming. You know those questions.
No, it's hilarious because me and one of my guys, we were just talking about that yesterday. It's like, we could do a delayed blowback like an MP5 clone. I'm like, it's totally doable and in our realm of possibilities. I mean, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you want to keep the company in business, you gotta You're on the right path, as Walter says. Yeah.
Stay focused. You gotta stay
Yeah. Obviously, we all have wish lists, okay? We all have wish lists. Okay, PSA eventually is going to make that PSA 5, okay? That's going to eventually come out. I don't know how long it's going to be. Hopefully, I think maybe end of the year, next year, you guys might see that. James Lawson says, hey, that video of Walter on Facebook with the flamethrower is badass. Very cool. Yes. You don't have. It's
hot too, by the way.
Yeah, it's hot.
It is. Yeah.
We've got more video of that's going to be coming out. CB says Walter has Roman Empire ammo.
Oh, that's old. Hey, laugh all you want. That World War II stuff I had, every round of that goes off.
Yeah.
It came out of a sealed can that was repacked by the Yugoslavians because they got lots of that during the war, or the Russians did, or somebody did. And they didn't use it, and I bought that stuff from a guy at Knob Creek, and it runs. It runs. Yeah. It's corrosive, but it runs. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, okay. There's some high point hate out there, or whatever, which is fine.
Sure.
Yeah. Mr. FNH says I don't mind storing my high points at the bottom of a lake. That's for sure.
Hey, less that can rust. I mean,
Yeah.
Z-Max Slide's not going to rust on you.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest with you, the only thing that's going to rust is probably the barrel.
Barrel and we have a lot of internals are steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the little parts are. Yeah, but the
here's YNH says anyone try to return a dredged high point
out of a
lake
or something.
I mean,
do you guys have to report these to any authorities when you get the serial numbers?
That boils down to a lot of times if the serial numbers are defaced. We have more than one serial number in the gun. I mean, so you see obviously the exposed one.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever that's defaced, then then we destroy the gun, look at the other numbers, and then we reach out to the ATF and see if there's anything going on with that gun.
Yeah, because I don't take this the wrong way, but I have had people in law enforcement tell me the high points are the most popular guns that they come across.
Really?
Again,
yes.
Price point.
Price point.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people with. Well, I haven't seen a lot of people with them, but I've heard a lot of criminals are using like the crappiest revolvers they can get their hands on. Like the cheapest revolver. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that
we've had a lot of cop buddies that they've got a lot of old Smith & Wessons, the stainless steel Smiths.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty popular one because I guess they can get them cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
They're not cheap anymore.
One of the things that I mean, as we know here, you could keep making up all the laws you want to. Criminals will not follow the laws. They don't care about the laws.
You hear about the dude that hacked up somebody on the Appalachian Trail?
Yes, with a machete.
No.
With a machete.
With a machete.
Yeah.
What?
That's major news.
I think this would have been handy.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Whatever you can get your hands on, man.
This nutty dude had been arrested. He had priors.
He attacked several people, right?
Shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let me give you a little. At least if you're going to go hiking on the Appalachian Trail, take a big jug of bear spray or something.
At the least.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I could tell you all that Save the Planet crap that you can get out there for dealing with the bears. Get a 45 high point. You can get one used, $100.
Now,
yeah, $200 max.
I want to throw hot lead at a bear. Thank you very much.
Now, on that same, this is kind of the same thing. Did you see? Anybody see the video of they lined up a bunch of kids at a high school, I guess, or someplace, and they were going to let them. They sprayed them in the face, and they all willingly did it with pepper spray.
Oh God!
And they all and they all start. Some of them start screaming at the top of their lungs like they're dying. Mm-hmm. But the biggest screaming one was a kid. Was a male.
Why did they? Okay, why did they do this?
Maybe just to see what it was like. Really, I mean, I don't know, but
probably because they're going to protest somewhere and figured they'll get sprayed by mace.
Oh.
It's pretty funny to watch because the loudest screaming immediately was some kid, a guy. So.
I will be crying like a big baby too. I don't want pepper spray in my eyes. So there's no shame in that. I'm sorry, man. Pain is pain. I need my eyeballs. Anything that has balls on it, you need. Okay? That's not, you don't want to get sprayed or kicked in those things.
Then I'm going for ball ammo.
There you go.
Yeah. You don't want to get kicked or sprayed in any of those things. So
put your ball in.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was interesting. Immediately I thought about hiking on the Appalachian Trail. There was no way I would do that without a firearm.
No, absolutely not. I had a friend of mine. She kind of bragged that she did the whole trail, and when they came back, her like debrief with family and friends was like, "Yeah, we walked the whole thing, and we didn't have a gun."
That's crazy.
Good for you. I think it's stupid.
Yeah, because
all the hikers are all cool people.
Yeah, until you meet a mountain lion.
Right. I mean,
or you meet some nut job that's some homeless dude that's hanging out on the trail. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No people.
Everybody, and all the hikers are not cool either.
Yeah.
So.
Don't do it.
People in general are not all cool.
Don't do it.
No, they're not.
Look, even in Germany, there was a thing in the news in Germany where there's been there's been a bunch of killings using crossbows. I don't know if that's related to Game of Thrones or something, but
what a way to go!
That happened recently. There's some kind of guy running around using a crossbow. People that want to do bad things are going to get anything they can get their hands on.
Yep. They're committed. They're going to get it done no matter what.
Yeah. So let's see. Gun Doctor TV is out there. Shout out to Gun Doctor TV. So there you go. Lots of people coming in right now. Everyone coming in, please smash the thumbs ups. Let's get the thumbs ups going. You guys, we're showing off a prototype tonight. Yes, there it goes. A prototype. How often do you see that? This is the.
I saw the shot.
Yeah, this is the future. The future right here of High Point. It's coming out. Are all the guns going to be threaded barrel, or are we?
Eventually be an option for all of them. Yeah, like right now we just started doing the carbines. The 10 was always threaded, and the 9, the 45 carbine just started shipping this year, threaded barrels. And yeah, obviously like the new handgun, it'll be a threaded option as well.
Okay.
So
all right.
Yeah, it'll be standard in the end.
I got one comment on the carbine.
Okay.
You know what my comment is, Hank?
Oh, the pinching.
That damn piece of rubber on the stock.
Yeah, so this right here gets Walter every single time.
That wants to remove my face.
Yeah, baby face too. I think you had that too, right, Patrick?
I don't need that rubber on my.
Yeah. What kind of
is a love it or hate it, man?
What kind of rubber is this? Because it does kind of like grab onto your face.
Yeah, I don't need it.
I think what's the guy? I think it's Got a Grip is the guy that makes that.
Is it replaceable? Is it something that you could take off and?
It's like a 3M adhesive underneath it. So I mean,
you can rip it off. You can rip it off.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Walter and I have some. Go ahead, Walt.
I don't want to have that 3M on there either, so might have to take a little bit of.
Actually, when we pulled a couple off, it comes off and stays with the pad more than does the stock itself.
Oh, okay. Okay, now
it's pretty easy work.
Well, the plastic in that stock, how resistant is it to solvents? Is it pretty resistant to most solvents?
Yeah, it's pretty resistant. I've dumped enough crap on them. I mean,
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Not seeing anything to melt it down yet,
Yeah. You should get a wood thing that you could replace that with.
I don't need nothing on this. Make it nice
dudes like Walter. Oh, okay. Yeah, get some wood. Put some wood.
I mean,
up
okay,
on
okay. Here's my thought on that. It's 10 millimeter. It's 45. It's 9 millimeter. It ain't no 50 cal. Okay, it ain't a 308. It's not gonna. Just me. That's all I'm saying, man.
I think it's valid. I think that's a valid. Criticism right there, and I think we all experienced that, except Lola. Lola didn't have that problem.
Yeah, she laughed at us.
Yeah, she.
Well, I mean, literally, since the 10 mil came out, that rubber cheek pad has been a love it or hate it, and it's 50-50. People either love that thing or they hate it. There's nobody in between. Like, yeah, I kind of like it. It's okay. It's not my favorite. No, it's either this is great. Or like, I hate this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm not the first person then, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
That happens. Brian Quick says, I don't go into the woods without at least 2 guns. I fear Florida man. Inbred atomic zombies with machetes. Okay. That was not me. That was that was Brian Quick. Yeah. Stating his opinion.
Any place you're gonna go where you have other people just walk. I don't know how you spell it. Hiking.
Passing by.
Yeah, you're gonna meet people that are not from there. It's like you're hiking on the Appalachian Trail, you might run into some.
If you're going through Florida, you might want to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, machete's a horrible way to die.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would rather you just shoot me.
No doubt.
Yeah. The knife, any kind of knife's not fun.
No.
And the woman that survived, I guess, walked her way out part of the way too before she got. They could help her. Yeah. So.
Please, people, guns. Listen, guns are tools. People have like philosophical things. I get it, but they are tools.
Philosophical, my fucking ass. And you're dead, and you're dead. It ain't about. It's about survival. It's not about philosophy.
Yeah,
a little bit of education will go a long way.
Don't pull no Greek philosophy out on me when somebody's trying to kill you with a machete.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You shoot their fucking ass.
Absolutely. So here, I'll read this
without
comment.
any prejudice.
Yes, I agree, 100% agree. So I'll read this.
Math.
Okay, Walter's not done. He's not done. Well, go ahead, Walter. Go ahead. Get it all out, Walter. I'm with you.
When you go when you got to go full battle mode, there's no philosophy. It's like,
get it done.
It's like when you go hog hunting, and if you're gonna hog hunt and it gets crazy, you got to go animal.
Yeah.
Because the hog will get you if you don't go animal.
Survival of the fittest. The most willing.
Me, I've seen it.
Yeah, the most willing. All right, so here's a good comment from Razor JB. He says, High Point rep knows the product and what comes with it. Great attitude with the hate and praise. More companies should be a little bit more realistic like he is. Thumbs up. That's from Razor JB. And if
I'll take that.
Yeah, if you know who it's coming from, I think it makes it even more valid in my opinion. That's, from a dude who actually went out there and did some stuff. Some of us talk about it.
We were shooting this over the weekend. All you gotta do is drop this in your pack.
Oh, there we go. Old school. This is Gen 1.
Walter will never go hiking without some sort of gun. Jeez.
I mean, realistically,
I wouldn't either. Like,
even if you have a Kel-Tec in your pocket or some little handgun, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But
look, Lola and I have been on the trail here in Gainesville, and you would think, oh, there's nothing going on in Gainesville.
Oh, yeah, right.
We've been on the trail out here. What is that called, Patrick, that's right off I-75, and it's kind of like a wetlands, kind of wild.
Oh, Payne's Prairie?
Payne's Prairie. You would be shocked at what you come across in the Payne's Prairie.
Well,
all kinds of creatures.
Oh, well, that's the woods. That's Florida. Man.
It is no
bear,
joke.
You could find a panther. You could find some wild hogs. You can find wild people.
We have seen craziness walking through there.
Yeah,
I would not go walking anywhere without being armed. Okay. Yeah, very good advice to anyone. Gun Doctor TV says, I'm late to the party. Has he talked about the C9 Tactical?
Oh, you're very late to the party.
Yeah. So, but that's not really what you guys are calling it, right? You're not. Are you calling it?
No.
Okay.
No, like I said, it has no name yet. It has no name.
Yeah. So
C92. Yeah. Some people want tactical because of the thread barrel on it. So I mean, whatever you want to call it right now is okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm not saying my name.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it.
Save it, man.
Secret.
Yeah, write it down though, Walter. Make a note because you are an old dude. So here, I'll tell you what. Text it to me.
Pink Street is right down there in that corner over there.
Just listen. Text it to me. I won't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Just text it to me.
I got the Coke recipe. Anybody want to
know?
Jay Loafers gave us $5. He says for a down payment on the new High Point. Yeah. You better believe we're getting our hands on that.
I tell you what, everybody that wants to put a down payment, you send me $5. I will gladly put it in a fund for that. Okay.
No, listen. I think it's the new one is definitely an improvement over the one that's out right now for sure. Design wise, you guys are going. I think you're definitely going in a direction. Without erasing the DNA of what a High Point is at this point.
Yeah, it's still very much a High Point. I mean, it's still very much a C9,
Yeah.
And when you get to the bones of it, but yeah, we just kind of wanted to give it a really good update. I mean, like you discovered earlier, the alloy frames, from the alloy frame to the polymer frame we've had for almost 20 years. So C9 is relatively unchanged for 20 years. So yeah, so this is gonna be the update for it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully end of this year.
Yeah. I think you guys are saving some weight, right, on it? Or...
Possibly a little bit. I can't speculate too much on that just because, again, it's still going to be a ZMAX slide, so that weight will be relatively the same, but it has thinned out in the grip a little bit.
Right. Can you explain ZMAX, what ZMAX is? Because that's a kind of metal or something that you guys developed?
Okay. Like I'm trying to remember now. I think it is ZMAC 3 is the exact concoction. You can look it up. It's just an alloy mixture. It's used a lot. I think I'm drawing a blank now. There's some other guns with larger frames, like rifle frames, that are actually ZMAC frames. Obviously, we use it in the slide.
Okay, it's not proprietary to High Point. Do you know anything about that metal, Walt?
No.
I always call it die cast because it's cast in a die. It's like a zinc mixture.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's heavy because you need mass to slow things down with a blowback gun. So and being die cast in a die on a mold, it's easy to manufacture too.
Yeah. Rafael Morales
keeps it inexpensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. Rafael Morales says, think Hot Wheels.
Or like Philo says pop metal. That's another term for it too, which is
that's like the negative term for it.
Yeah.
A lot of back in the auto industry, before everything was plastic, a lot of the trim was all made of die cast, we called it, or because it was cast in a die, and that was the typical thing. And now everything's went to plastic.
Now, is that metal on the high stress points or? No, that's not on the high stress points. I'm assuming.
All you're using it for is
I don't know.
The mass of the slide itself. Here I am talking like I'm making them, but I'm trying
to think. Like I know when you get into states like Illinois got a melting point law and somebody else the melting point law. Well, where it falls the melting point law, it's not in our slide. It's in the frame, the polymer frame, but. It's been an old law they've had on the books for a while, and when High Point discovered, that's when we kind of stopped. Not we didn't stop. We just said, hey, Illinois firearm owners cannot get the handguns anymore because of melting point law. But we've had plenty of dealers go, I don't care. I'm still going to sell it to them.
Just see your son sneaking around there in the back.
Yeah, he's poking around, seeing what's going on.
Yeah. Cool. Richard Hughes gave us a couple of bucks. He says, out there be a 10mm pistol. That's from Richard Hughes. He put out question
possible.
Mark. Yeah. There should be oh, there he goes. Getting a little fame. Hold on. Let me do it. Boom. There you go. I wonder where he got that from. Let's see. And Luke Dillon gave us $10. He says, as a career draftsman, including at Smith & Wesson, what CAD systems do High Point use? Thank you guys. Great show.
That's the engineers from well beyond me.
Right. Maybe we'll figure that out. Do you guys ever let anyone come in and do like a how it's made on?
Not really, but that's something we're really pushing to look at possibly doing.
Okay.
Like this year, maybe in the next, because we're getting more and more requests from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might try and get like a bunch of you guys up and do something like that, so you can get some more inside details.
Right. I would love to do that. I know YouTube's going to immedially ban it, but I think it's something
It's something that a lot of people would like to see.
Yeah, hell yeah. We'll take the hit.
Sort of stuff.
The funny thing, a lot of it is, people want to see something like fabulous, and really it's mostly like a bunch of CNC machines, and we do our own frames, injection molding, but still they want to see it,
Gun manufacturing isn't really that exciting.
No,
it's
just
really
not.
Especially with injection molding, it's probably not that exciting, but it's not. It's not like there's some gunsmith bluing something and working on it hour by hour with a drawl knife. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
If you want to see that, you got to go to Pakistan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Look, let me tell you, I think people, like all the anxiety, like some of these things that we're talking about here, and we're kind of having fun and having that conversation. I think there's some anxiety about things that people have out there, and you can alleviate that when you show them how this is made. Like, hey, we're serious about this. We're not just like stamping these and spitting them out. I know I did a factory tour of Keltec, and even up till today, I did that years ago.
Still
Yeah, up till today, though, I talk to people who sell guns for a living, professionals, and they tell me, listen, Keltec is like a little tiny shack, and every day they build one gun. That's all they build. Just one gun. They build that gun for that day. Maybe tomorrow they build a different gun. That's bullshit. It has not been...
Let me reinforce that. I get... anybody can get at the numbers each year from the companies and how many guns they make.
Mm-hmm.
Keltec makes more than one gun a day.
Yes.
I'll tell you that. So,
they make everything at the same time, but you know, people need to see that in order to. And like, I was talking to a guy one day from a distributor. I was talking to a guy at a distribution company, and he was telling me that, and I was like, "Can you go on YouTube right now and pull up this video and look at it?" And he was like, "Oh, I never heard this." So I think it is really, really important, because those kinds of things that get into people's... I'm not trying to convince anyone to buy anything. What we're trying to do is have people have their minds open to what's going on out there, and then make like educated decisions on what you want to do, but don't do it based off of like old wives' tales or myths or urban legends, you know, on what's going on with these guns. So, let's see. Fuds of America has this comment: too much magazine capacity, but yeah, even the old High Point is more reliable than a 1911, but not a good old revolver.
oh, wait a minute.
That's just a little sarcasm. A little sarcasm.
I was like, what? I love a 1911.
Okay, there he goes. Walter's showing off a 1911 right now.
Walter's got everything within reach.
I had this out Saturday at Hank's, and
yeah,
it did burp one time. I don't know if that was the ammo or what, but the rest of the time it worked just fine.
What kind is that?
This is a Filipino-made one.
Yeah,
American Tactical.
Yeah,
I've never shot one. One of the Filipinos.
This thing is tight.
I don't know about you. I have a Colt 1911.
Oh, come on, babyface. Now
when you try to work the slide, you get this thing is tight fitting. I mean,
yeah, that's the thing with the Colt that I have. I have an old Series 70, and that thing is loosey goosey. It shakes and rattles, but
the other one I have here, which is American made. Now, it was nickel plated, and I had the nickel stripped off when I parked it. But that thing is like chicka. It's all loose, you know. It's like
I'll second that. I've got a Filipino. It's a Metro Arms 1911, and it is gorgeous, and it's tight, it's accurate. And then I've got my American made one that it's none of that.
But the Filipinos have been making 1911s for a long time.
Yeah,
a long time.
They're not strangers to it.
Yeah. Red Bear says making people buy things is the clown's job. The clown's job. Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, let me drop the creepy clown in here. Boom.
Creepy clown? Oh, Joe Biden?
No, that's you're not aware of this, Walter. But every now and then I throw up these video stingers. Red Bear just reminded me of that. I wasn't doing that today since we have Dave here and we're like getting deep into.
I'll have to watch for it here.
Yeah, we're 15 seconds behind. Give us a second.
Yeah. You guys.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Another thing I've been doing too is, speaking of 1911s, I acquired this very vintage. Oh, there's the creepy clown, Joe Biden. Oh, Joe, come on.
No, that's a lady. That clown is a lady,
Lola.
by the way, for anyone who
I
wants
like
to
the
know.
curves on that little image there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Anyways,
this is a holster.
I acquired this 1911 holster from some stuff that my uncle had when he died, and this thing has seen. It's old. I don't even know. It could be world.
I was
It's way old.
It's a good World War II.
I was going to say
Remington
40
branded or something.
Yeah.
But it was really dry as far as the leather goes, so I bought this stuff, and I've been working it into the leather.
Hide rejuvenator.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Jackson's Hide Rejuvenator.
Yeah.
And, seems to be working. Yes.
Yeah. Walter, I got your hide rejuvenator right here.
Yeah, I know. I know that was gonna bring up some of your dreams.
I got your hide rejuvenator.
And on that note, I'm leaving. Anyway.
By the way, shout out to Julianne Attack, I should say it properly. She was shooting with us. She's on the Instagrams. I'll throw up some stuff of that later. for the folks out there that want to do it. Should we go to some news? Like, what things happened over the weekend? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
This has nothing to do with guns, but Doris Day died.
Yes, I saw that before we got on air, yeah.
And that was 93 or something?
97.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, she wasn't too bad looking.
Yeah, Doris Day, that's old. I mean, she's like the old golden age of Hollywood.
Yeah.
She might be the last person left from that era, right?
Yeah. Pretty, yeah.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Doris Day.
Yep. Right,
did she, is she the one that did Over the Rainbow? No.
That's,
No, that's
Judy Garland.
Judy Garland.
Yeah. Okay.
Judy Garland was a drug addict anyway. So
yeah. Don't hide your feelings on that one, Walt.
She was.
No, I'm just. I mean,
there's some people. She was known. She liked her.
Yeah. I think there's a biopic coming out on her, on Judy Garland. BWE Firearms is out there. Shout out to them. Babyface, I think you had some news.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, I don't know if you guys talked about this last week, but has anybody noticed how quickly this school shooting has dropped out of the media?
No assault type weapons.
Yeah. Also, the people who did it don't fit the narrative.
And the students have walked out of these meetings, So.
Yeah, but also the folks who committed this atrocity don't fit the narrative.
Don't fit the narrative, right?
Yeah, a gay dude and then a transgender dude. Or
the
chick
day
or
this
whatever.
happened, Marley was off on vacation for the last 2 weeks from school, and the day it happened, I was like, "Watch, this won't be in the news tomorrow."
I said it too. Less than a week, it'll be gone.
Oh yeah, and it's gone.
Less than a week, it's gone. So
yeah.
Okay. News. Firearms blog. U.S. Air Force GAU-5A takedown survival rifle.
Yes, I saw that.
Is that the new one? Yeah.
Who is that? Is that the name? What's the name of that company?
I don't know who's actually making the takedown part.
I can tell you in a second here. It is.
I'm gonna pull that. I'll pull that up on the screen for people who want to see it.
Cry Havoc.
Okay.
Cry Havoc is making
Cry
it?
Havoc Tactical.
Okay. I wonder if they licensed that technology from some of the guys who were doing it, or they came up with their own way of taking it apart here.
QBR kit, quick release barrel, used on the USAF GAU-5. It's $350.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Aside from that, there's nothing earth-shattering about the gun. It's just
no.
Well, that tech has been out there. There's several companies doing that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not new.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I can see. I don't know. Do you know what they were using beforehand? Did they just have M4s stowed?
I don't know.
Somebody in the military
They were using the arm pistol.
No.
God, can you imagine?
Arm pistol.
But speaking of these guns, Walter, I am crossing my fingers that any day now you get some paperwork for me for my takedown, my original takedown rifle.
Okay.
Because I sent that out like 8 months ago, I think. So, God, I'm hoping it comes in soon.
Yeah. Applebite says they should go with a Kel-Tec Sub 2000. And then Joshua Levy says what I was thinking. It looks like the Pantheon Arms Dolos system.
I still think it looked like the Dolos, I thought.
Yeah, it looks like the Dolos, but a little bit modified, right? Or is it exactly like the Dolos? Because I know the Dolos was the lightest weight one that I've seen out there so far.
I didn't know that Fab Defense made a folding grip thing.
No, Dolos is different. This one has a locking piece on the side. The Dolos has a different mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything groundbreaking about the tech itself.
And the reason they don't want to do that is because all the parts are in the inventory.
That's the thing is you got M4 parts for.
I still can't wrap my head around why not just take the upper and lower apart. I mean,
that's what a lot of people are like.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but just upper, lower, 2 pins.
Dave, why are you trying to be all logical, man? What's wrong with you?
If you take the upper loose, then there's a chance that bolt could get lost.
Yeah.
Maybe you could lose parts.
You could lose the bolt out the back. You could lose the charging handle out the back. I mean,
also stuff can fall in there. You get some stuff in there, you know.
Stuff can fall in the barrel of this thing. All right, whatever.
Why not?
True.
Why not just use a rattler?
I see. I want to go to a folding stock platform. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I sort of
10-inch
feel like
gun with a folding stock. I mean, done.
it's a survival rifle. Yeah, why don't you go for a PDW of some kind instead of a carbine? But
And where's the can?
Yeah,
that's the other thing. It's a survival rifle can.
Yeah. Dante Hill says no room for an M4 on an ejection seat.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, that's why they're doing this. But could you fit an MP5 or a Honey Badger or one of those?
Like MP7, like an MP7 in a thigh rig. You know?
This is where I think High Point can come in and make the carbine that Glock does not want to make the Glock carbine. You know, High Point can come in here and make the carbine for this situation.
I like what you're saying with that. I'm thinking that, Glock mag, short barrel, PW barrel,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
A good question has came in from Armament and Axis. He's given us $2 to ask it about the factory fire.
Which one?
How bad?
Which one? You had more than one?
Okay.
Or is that a commonplace? I mean,
No, we had there was two. There was trying to think when that happened. The one was I think last summer.
one was right after shot or something, wasn't it? I mean,
I
think so.
At this point, but there was a really big bad one that was actually pretty quiet. Most didn't know about it unless you were local. That actually took out a machine shop, took out a lot of machines.
Wow.
And luckily they had enough materials pre-built that the supply line at that time, when it was still real hot and heavy, Obama year stuff, never saw a hiccup in supply. And companies, they were getting ready to get some new CNC machines. The companies that were supplying that really came through and got machines delivered to them sooner. So they're up and running in record time. The most recent fire, it was a small electrical fire. It caused some damage in the corner of a building, but didn't really damage anything to any real effect. It just was, that one went more viral, out there on Newswise. People were like, oh, there was a fire. So that one wasn't too bad.
Okay.
That's kind of it.
No one got hurt though, right?
No. Both of them, nobody was there. It was all after hours. Both were like 5 a.m. and 4 a.m. or something like that.
Oh God.
Oh, okay.
That's being the like the
security
manager,
guy.
Security guy or property manager. That call must suck.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Hey, so the building's on fire. You might want to wake up. It's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You might want to get down here.
Yeah.
Call the fire department.
Yeah. So BWE Firearms says, I'm sure the government would pay thousands of dollars for a High Point carbine. That will be a savings. That will still be a savings.
They really would. That's the sad thing. They would.
That's the savings. Mr. FNH says, did I just hear a High Point suppressors, $100 suppressors plus stamp? Question mark. You're dreaming. Has High Point ever thought about getting into the suppressor game?
Not that I've heard him talking about. I mean, it's kind of.
I mean, you're putting your thread in the barrel. You're thread in the barrel, right. Dave. I mean,
we totally could. I mean,
but the
you could tell us
thing and the
that industry right now is not something I would.
That's the other thing too. Yeah, there's so many affordable cans already that cost as much as your tax stamp.
Yep.
I don't really get in that market,
Yeah, wait for recovery.
If somebody came to me and said, "Hey, I got $1 million. Let's start an AR-15 company." I'd be like,
you're better off taking it and flushing it."
Besides that,
no. Yeah, you're better off flushing it. If you're gonna make something in the gun world, make something at least a little bit more original than the AR-15
or controversial.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're gonna do AR stuff, you need to do something that's different.
Yeah, make a pistol that has a bayonet lug on it.
Make an AR.
Well, that's out there. I've seen those. Webley did those 200 years ago. Whatever it is. Actually, okay. So let me tell you, Sam Andrews. The last time I was there, he had a Webley revolver with a bayonet. Is that? Am I wrong on that, Walter? Isn't that?
They probably made something like that.
Yeah.
Probably like. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I think I posted that. I think I posted a picture of that, which, by the way, I finally finished after months editing the latest How It's Made video from Andrew's Custom Leather. So it's probably going to go up on Patreon, and then in a couple of days it'll be out there in the world. I'm working with Sam right now that when we release that video, we're going to do a holster giveaway. So maybe we'll get Sam to either come on the podcast or answer questions live. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we got to keep all fingers and toes crossed The Sam understands the technology.
You'll have to maybe go there and
Yeah, to get on the internet. Yeah, maybe we can get his wife or his son or someone to help us, because Sam does not understand the internet at all. He's not an internet person whatsoever. So, but we did finish that video. It's about an hour, but it's awesome. It shows a cowboy, a Western rig being built up. So you guys are gonna enjoy that. Go ahead, Walt.
Brian Quick, $5. Will High Point ever release a limited edition sneaker?
A sneaker.
Is that for the people that like to do this?
Yeah, maybe.
No, I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna avoid getting caught up in anything.
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
No
they're not
sign,
gonna
no?
get. Yeah, David's not gonna get into that one.
Oh,
That version called the Yo-Yo Mofo. Boom.
That is
We're
Walter.
good.
That is Walter Keller speaking.
Yo-Yo Mofo.
Hank, have you guys seen this thing? This is on Firearms blog. It's pretty far back. It's on. Let me see what page this is on. Page. Is this front page? Might be the front page actually. Dr. Optics is making a Glock MOS integrated red dot.
I saw that.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Really little, like really little.
It's tiny. I think that's why it's so interesting to me. It's
send me.
small.
Did you put a link in here?
Hold on, let me drop the link in. This is pretty cool.
Okay.
I always like to see new red dots.
It's wicked small.
Yeah, it's really.
I mean,
tiny.
if it can go on a Glock, it could pretty much go on anything.
Well, no, it's built.
What?
Oh,
for
it's
the
built
MOS.
in. Oh,
Yeah, it's in MOS plate.
oh, so it can go on the MO. Okay, but I thought those.
And it's way shorter than because the problem with the MOS, for me, the reason why I don't like the MOS is it's too tall. Milling a slide, it sits your optics so much lower than the MOS plates do. The MOS plates are way too high up.
Yeah. Let me see.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about accessories, Dave? Like people, are you very open to companies making accessories for things that?
Yeah, I mean, like right now, you've got several carbine guys. Well, several accessory outfits making rails for like the carbines and different stuff like that. Stocks wise, you've got the Hightower as the bullpup stock. I mean, there's not a ton of stuff out there. I mean, but why not? I mean, there's a market. There's something out there for everybody. You know.
Yeah.
Like that bullpup stock. I mean, it's the price of the gun, so it's obviously not for every High Point fan. But you know, I have one. I have my personal carbine in it. And
Yeah, you're talking about Hightower.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a there's a legion of us bullpup guys out there. Not Babyface or Walter, but there are.
And when they get off their medicine, they buy.
Okay, Walter, it's fine. So hold on, let me throw this. So here goes the picture.
I couldn't help that one.
The Noblex Dr. Optics Glock MOS integrated red dot looks very interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Give it a try.
Is that like that big circle thing in the back of it? Is that
battery?
That's the
battery compartment.
Oh, that's a battery compartment.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that.
Battery compartment, and then it looks like it's almost what's it called, 1-to-1, like it goes right down instead of like lower 1/3 like most of your other optics are. It's absolute co-witness.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool. I'll give it a try.
I'm wondering if this is a EOTech that Richard has on here. Is this
or at least it looks like an EOTech.
Yeah.
It looks like an EOTech.
Yeah.
Ideas it gives me.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I think here's what I would say to people: if you're running a business and there's guns out there that a lot of them are being sold, you might want to think about making accessories.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
That's how you do that. If there's a lot of those guns. I know that seems crazy.
Now, how much is that little site? Did they say how much that little site is?
It was like 500 something.
Holy moly!
The market is 538 or something. Is
513? There it is.
513.
Wow, I'm feeling butthurt.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Ow.
Dr. Optics. Is not
Yeah, Dr. Optics was never that. Was Dr. Optics always the expensive one?
always expensive.
Oh, okay.
So if I guess if I mill a slot on top and drop one on here, I mean,
There you go. You just get the MOS plans.
You can do it. I've seen guys doing it. I mean.
oh yeah, I've got ideas. Yeah.
I mean, look, these guys are about to come out with the new one, and then you said that part's going to be removable, right? So let me.
Yeah, I already had ideas. When he,
let's see.
when he
Let's
showed-
get a close
when
up
he
of
showed
that.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
adapter I
What's
see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy. You got a CNC machine. You could kick those out.
You just gotta remember though, you CNC the ZMAX slide, you could run imperfections in the
No, you make
ZMAX. I mean,
no, I'm saying like if you've got a CNC machine, you can make. You
take that.
Oh
base.
yeah, for this one, yeah, you can make your own base. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so just check that out, Walter. Walter thinking of stuff. Now remember what Will said to you, Walter. Loose lips sink ships.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walter got chewed out over the weekend by Will Killer Keller. So, yeah, but Will chews us out all the time. I think basically Will thinks we're idiots. He's like
knows.
One of those.
Will's my son, if you don't know.
Yeah, he's tolerating us. He's like, I got to deal with these people.
Here's a cool accessory. Helm Ford's ST1 charging handle stiletto.
I saw that. Just
yeah.
It's got a nice grip to it.
Yeah. So a charging.
So that's what they take their stuff that's defective and turn it into stilettos.
Right.
Yeah. Let me see. Where is that one?
That's on the front page of the Firearms blog toward the bottom.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull that up for people, so they can. Let me see if I can get this to pull up here, so they can take a look at it. Because guess what, guys? This is never gonna go wrong. There's not gonna be any blood leaking out of your body from your charging handle. Yeah, just take your charging handle and make it into a stiletto. That's not gonna go wrong at all. I don't.
Also, there's an article on the very bottom of the front page of this first page on Firearms blog. Ukrainian Fort 19 pistols smuggled into Iraq as bicycles. Now, how does a pistol look like a 9mm pistol look like a bicycle? They found them.
Obviously, yeah. They didn't make it past customs.
Yeah, so I was like sending the Iraqis an email and saying, "Hey, you want to sell them?
I'll take your bike guns from you."
Yeah.
I want some of those Fort 19 bicycles.
That would be cool, actually.
I don't understand how that's like a.
Yeah. What does that even mean?
Well, they put on the paperwork bicycles. And
is that what they do? And then somebody checked and was like, "No, this isn't bicycles."
This isn't a bicycle. No.
Well, look at the one picture of it. I mean, it's all like small boxes. It's like,
yeah.
So what is it? Total bike parts? There's no frames in there. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, speaking of Iraq,
pretty nice looking guns.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ukrainian. Yeah. Speaking of Iraq, I saw an article about this Norwegian dude who travels to all these like really places you wouldn't go. You know, like that's his gig. That's what he does. So he went on vacation to Iraq, and
okay.
And I guess you got to get a visa, and it's really you got to get papers and all that stuff, and it's not real easy to do because. And whenever you go from city to city or move around, they have somebody go with you, like a government person. But he said in the cities and stuff, it was like people were like, "Hey, man, come on, have a drink, have some coffee,
we'll kidnap you."
Well,
that's the thing.
We got a nice kidnapping system going here.
I feel like for the most part, people probably are pretty fun, pretty easygoing.
Yeah, he said they were pretty friendly. I mean,
in most countries, I bet. Most countries.
And if he said if you ask, they'll tell you where not to go.
Yeah, it depends on your ISIS population.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
they've pretty much taken care of that in Iraq, except out in the middle of nowhere.
I have a family member who just landed in Kuwait City, who's going to be there for a year doing contract work. And he says other than it being Muslim run and you can't no drinking, no drugs, they have very strict rules about certain things. Other than that, it's pretty civilized. It's nothing. It's not too bad.
Yeah, Kuwait is money.
Yeah. The oil money.
The guy was saying in Baghdad, there's liquor stores and just people up late at night and places eating, drinking. It was just.
It's all perspective, man. I lived in Nigeria for 3 years. I loved it. My older brother, anonymous, he thinks it was bullshit. Whenever we talk about that, he was like, "That place is bullshit. What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, but that was from a kid's perspective too.
But we were both kids. He's like a year and a half older than me, But he was like, "Yeah, this is nonsense." Now,
were you in like a big big city. Where were you?
Yeah, I was in Kaduna, which is in the north, which is controlled basically by the Muslims. That's where the oil money is. So that's where Boko Haram is.
Oh, so
Okay.
It existed there when we were there. He has good reason. He could tell you some horror stories.
Maybe he has good reason to not like the place.
But what was horror stories to him? To me, was like fun, but I'm stupid and crazy.
Hank got drug away. They gave him a drink and an AK.
Little kids like us, they kidnap on a regular basis to use for voodoo. Like you're a good ingredient in a voodoo recipe. If you're
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I was thinking like militia, not voodoo.
I thought you meant militia. Yeah.
No. If you are a foreign kid, or like me, I was mixed or whatever, and they could tell that, they think you have some extra power that a regular kid does not have, and you're a good ingredient in some black magic.
We need the juju for you to be in here, and we'll make an evil spell out of it.
And then they harvest your organs.
You make me think. You made me think District 9, where the dude, was part alien, and they wanted for voodoo, chop it up and eat it. That's where my mind's going with that.
No, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh my god,
that's for real.
I they were like militia people, not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was totally going militia route.
Yeah, it wasn't. Look, I agree with him. It wasn't really fun, but a lot of this stuff is perspective. I'm just telling you, that's really the thing in life. Like you can. I understand this. People. That's why people go on these dangercations or whatever. To certain parts of the world.
This Norwegian dude, he goes to places that you normally don't go for vacation, and but he said Iraq was kind of. He's got a Facebook, Instagram page. I followed him on Instagram just to see the pictures, but he seemed to think he didn't really have a bad time. So
yeah, it's okay.
And he was traveling with 2 other women too, and. A lot of places, the women have a hard time. He said they weren't giving anybody a hard time. So
it's always good. It's always good if you don't get kidnapped. That one time.
Only a good time
that one time when he smoked the L, and then got in trouble because you can't do that there. By the way, when I lived in northern Nigeria, and it's Muslim. You're not supposed to drink, do all kinds of things. Guess what? They did it anyway.
And some of the
they didn't follow the rules and follow the laws?
No.
And some of the biggest violators of the rules are the ones that are enforcing the rules.
Yeah. Exactly. It depends on who you are. Richard Hughes gave us $2. He says Will doesn't think he knows. Will doesn't think he knows.
And he would agree with you on that.
Yes. Now, speaking of someone I would like to go on vacation every single day to a ISIS nation, Alyssa Milano. Did you guys hear this news? Alyssa Milano called for a sex strike to protest strict abortion laws. Women were not having it. So in other words, she called for a sex strike because of the laws. I think was it Alabama that just signed? Georgia. Yeah, the heartbeat law. So Alyssa Milano says, "I know what we do. We just go on a sex strike. That'll show the men's."
Yeah,
do you think
good
anybody
for her.
in Alabama actually listens to her? Like,
yeah.
The East and West.
Does anybody
Coast
anywhere
crazies.
listen to her? I mean,
East and
Well,
West.
women
Coast
didn't
crazies.
listen to her.
Nobody pays
Obviously.
attention to
How many shovels do you got to give these chicks to dig their own graves on their careers?
So here's,
does she have a career anymore? I mean, come on, let's be realistic.
Her career is basically going around doing this. This is very ironic.
Right.
She wants new gun laws. She wants to ban guns. Okay, she wants to ban guns, but wants women to have the ability to kill babies. Yeah. That's okay.
That makes sense.
Hey, it's for the children.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah, it's for the children.
Don't think about it.
So I was thinking that as some dudes, we're dudes here. We have dudes that watch this. There are some lovely ladies out there that watch this, but believe it or not, even though I'm this sexy, it's mostly dudes watching. So I thought we could help out the dudes, not in this case, because obviously a sex strike apocalypse did not kick off. But how can we help people prepare for a future sex strike apocalypse? What ideas do you guys have that can help the folks out there? And Dave, I don't want you to get in trouble, so you can.
I really got nothing to say. Just buy more guns. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I'm
Buy
just
more
looking on.
guns.
I'm looking on Instagram, and there's
Yeah.
no sex strike on Instagram.
Yeah.
By the way.
No. What do you see? I don't know where. First of all, let me tell you, dudes have been practicing their whole life for a sex strike. Every man out there has been practicing. Let me just give you. And we have fire drills. If you're married or you have a significant other that you've been with for some time, we have fire drills once a month as dudes. Okay, so this is not a good idea to try to pull off on guys. There's this thing called the internet, and there's lots of material on there that we can use for motivational purposes. Is a sex strike actually gonna work?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't. Yeah.
It's silliness. Maybe for those.
It's I don't know. That's beyond stupid.
Well, the stupidest part of it is no one went for it. People were like, no. The women were like, no, that's not gonna happen.
And some of these things they call women calling for sex
God.
have never had real sex anyway.
But get this: if you have a sex strike, there's no reason to have abortions. Yeah, so it's kind of like defeats the purpose.
Point for Hank String.
Yeah. Richard Hughes says I got to throw up the pic that he sent about the sex. Oh, let me see.
Will this get us banned from YouTube?
Uh,
What is this, and will it get us banned?
Oh, you know what? If we start questioning it, that's never a good thing. Never a good thing. Okay, here, let me see. Here, I'll try to throw it up right now. So here, the picture is showing on sex strike against us. So it shows some of the pictures of women, and then below that it says not on sex strike against us. You guys will see it.
I think I've probably seen this one.
Yeah. I think Sean Effrey he threw something up about that. That was
got
out
hot
there.
chicks, and you got Wanda and
Yeah.
like some bike.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
That's awesome.
Yeah, not a good idea. Not a good idea from Alyssa Milano. She's starved for attention, I think.
She is.
Jafari H. The heinous is not a sex.
Yeah, I think that okay. I think that someone is already pulling off a sex strike against Alyssa Milano. That's why she's coming up with these crazy ideas.
Since we're on this topic, and I'm going to segue into something even funnier, probably. Did you see the whole thing about like the world's or the country's biggest brothel saying that they're willing to take on sex robots?
Oh my god.
They're like, they were like, oh, sex robots are never going to win compared to the real thing. God, let me see if I can find this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the large brothel was like, yeah, the sex robots can't compete.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Right.
This is from Daily Star. World's biggest brothel throws down challenge to sex robots. Quote, they can't compete.
Where's the world's biggest brothel at?
I say, where's it at? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Washington D.C. I'm pretty sure that's where it is.
Ranch is believed to be the largest establishment of its kind.
Where?
But where the hell? Nevada. Somewhere in Nevada.
Probably.
Oh, Nevada.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, shit, too far.
Of course.
Totally too far.
And speaking of sex bots, just to transition here, in Arizona, it's no longer a felony to own nunchucks. No, that has nothing to do with the previous thing.
Speaking of nunchucks,
It was a felony to own nunchucks?
Yeah. It's officially legal to own nunchucks in Arizona now.
Imagine having to introduce that bill.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. The ridiculousness of that? I mean...
Yeah.
What I'm here for.
Yeah.
Did they also find out that what's his face is dead?
Who?
Bruce Lee
Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
in Arizona.
Maybe that's why. That's why it's legal now, because he's gone, you know.
Yeah, it says on Friday, the state's Republican governor, Doug Ducey, you gotta love it.
Oh, Joe Ducey.
Yeah, isn't there a Steve Ducey, I think, on Fox?
Yeah, on Fox, yeah.
Yeah, Doug Ducey signed a bill removing nunchucks from a list of prohibited weapons that includes bombs, gun silencers, and automatic firearms. Okay, you might have wanted to take the automatic firearms and suppressors, off of that first before nunchucks. I mean, New York did this a year ago.
Well, maybe nunchucks is the way they've gotten to listen to it. We say, oh, let's not ban nunchucks anymore, but then we'll also have a bunch of other crap to it as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Something like
CNN
that.
article. Nunchucks or nunchaku, as they are.
That's how you got to say it if you're an official practitioner. So if you were doing this before, you risk going to jail because you had some nunchucks.
All right, so did you see the Mosin Nagant nunchucks?
Yes, I saw that. I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
That
Eric.
was
Illegal, but nunchuck rifles, that's illegal.
Yeah.
No, wait, neither legal nor illegal.
Aries Firearms, our friend Trey says it's legal in New York now. Yeah, New York made nunchucks legal. We talked about that at least 6 months ago. If it wasn't a
No, in all seriousness, these are what need to be next.
out the front.
Switchblade law. Switchblade.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stupid.
well,
That don't make any sense.
Yeah. Oh, there's Walter pulling out his. Oh, is everyone going to take out their knife?
Nunchuck.
Can I? I don't have an automatic one on me, but boom, there he goes. What?
Yeah, I have automatic
Everyone,
either.
throw your knife up right now. Oh, you had an automatic too? Man, I feel like you guys. There you go. We got knives. You should always have a knife on you. Now,
yeah.
here's another thing you should always have on you: flashlight. Do you have a flashlight, Dave? Oh,
Flashlight.
Dave with the flashlight. Come on, let's see flashlights get thrown up. Fellas, oh, look at that. I'm so proud of you guys. Everybody's got a flashlight. Very, 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 very important.
I had it close by anyway.
What's next? Oh, what I got in my pocket?
Yeah, I was surprised mine was on my desk.
Yeah. Oh,
Got the ever
multi-tool.
important multi-tool.
All right,
Lilu
got a
multi-tool.
45? Who's
No,
got a
it's not on me.
45 high point in his pocket? Come on.
45 high point.
And the last but not least is the super cool trench lighter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lighter is a good thing. A lighter is a good thing, actually. Let me see. So I think Armament and Axis gave us a couple of bucks. He says, "Sex strike? ? I will find it elsewhere. See ya." Yeah. That's not a good thing to try against, guys. We've been practicing for that from the moment we realized that we had an appendage in the nether regions. Yeah. That's something that dudes have been practicing for since they were like babies. Yeah, not a very good idea. We might not be prepped for a real apocalypse, but we are prepped for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are prepped for that.
Sex strike.
The whole world is built around that. BWE Firearms says, "I can get anything I need with my Uzi."
What is that?
I don't
What does
know.
that mean? You gonna hold up a sex worker at
That's
gunpoint?
kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's going to be some awesome boom boom.
Let's see. Okay, was there any other news? Any other crazy news out there? Any Florida man news? I don't know. There has to be some kind of Florida man news out there. Maybe we should do gun news on this gun thing. Let's see. NSSF celebrates President Trump signing range bill. So Newtown, Connecticut, the National Shooting Sports Foundation, the Firearms Trade Industry Association, celebrates President Donald Trump's signing of H.R. 1222, the Target Practice and Marksmanship Training Act, at the White House. The president signed the NSSF priority bill May 10th, just weeks after the bill was passed by Congress. And they say, "We deeply appreciate Trump's swift enactment of the legislation that will give state fish and game agencies greater flexibility to build new recreational shooting ranges and expand and improve existing ranges." Which, look, I would be very tempted here to say, "Oh, screw that," or whatever. But, you know, like we just saw a friend Trey that has a range, went through some craziness. So, yeah, I take that. I would take that as a good thing. You know, Aries says he says he didn't see it, but I take that as a good thing.
More money available for making ranges. That's the
Yeah,
big thing.
we do need more ranges. We do, and especially, I mean, I know indoor ranges are getting better, but I prefer outdoor ranges.
I'd way rather be outdoors. Outdoors is way better.
Yeah, so we need more of those, and maybe, you know, if you're going to do something. Now, would I have liked the NSSF or the NRA to do some other stuff with Trump? Yes, but I will take this. I will take this as a good thing for sure. So let's see. Did you guys see any other crazy new stuff?
I looked on Florida stuff, and there was a guy arrested today trying to bring a gun into Disney World.
Oh yeah, that's
Whoops.
in a backpack.
Yeah, if you're gonna go to Disney World, you need to have the gun on you, on your person, or Universal for that matter. They can't. They can search your bag, but they can't search your person.
Really? I would think you go to metal detectors. You don't?
I know.
Like
I've
Disney?
been there. I've been there with my firearm. It has to be on
Hank-
you. I don't know unless they change the
Hank
law.
uses. There's a substance you can buy off Amazon called taint glue. That's where Hank stores his when he walks in. Glues it up so nobody finds it.
I don't know. Did they change? There wasn't a law. I mean, I thought that you could conceal carry. I've
not
done it in
Google that, by the
Universal
way.
before.
I mean, it's cool if you can. I'm just kind of surprised about it. I would think they would.
I probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't
No
risk it.
carry.
I've done it. I've done it. So here's the thing. They search your bags, right? They can search your bags, but technically they cannot search your person.
But you don't go through a metal detector or anything?
That's what I would have thought. You
no.
go with the detectors.
No.
Wow.
He didn't have a concealed weapons permit either.
Oh, well, then he's in trouble.
that's the
Actually,
problem.
dumbass.
Yeah, then
third
he's gonna
degree felony or something. He had
Yeah.
$250 bail.
There's
He bailed
only
out.
certain places in Florida that you cannot be armed, like post office, bank, government.
Bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But private property can establish their own rules.
they could, but I know. So okay, I haven't been in a couple of years, but the last time I went to Universal, for example, if you have it on you, they don't physically search you if it's on your person, but they always search your bag. So that's the thing. So I would rather legally have it on me, because that's the one place that something horrible is going to go wrong, and one of these days they're going to regret that they don't have people walking around that park able to defend other human beings.
They're talking prison wallets now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Firearms Rack, our friend Patrick. He's out there. Oh, you know what was a thing in Florida? So if you guys remember that, I think last week we were talking about the guy here in Lake City that got pulled over by a sheriff's deputy because he had a bumper sticker on his car that says, this is not me. This is what it says. I eat ass.
This is a quote.
This is a quote, yes. So he was arrested. Well, all of those charges have been thrown out, right, Patrick?
Yeah.
Yep. The police threw the charges.
And rightly so. A man has the right to
Eat all the ass he
consume
wants.
the glutamus maximus and be proud about it. Okay?
So let him be. All right.
Yeah. I think that deputy was wrong here, man. That deputy was kind of wrong.
Somebody got pissed off, and
That's right on the back window. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I see some people talking about Universal. I go there armed. I have knives and stuff like that. But what's on you, they don't go through. If you have it in your bag, it's another thing. So it's the same thing. There's some movie theaters here. So, for example, here in Gainesville, there's a few movie theaters that will do that. If you're going in with a bag, they will check it. But they can't. I think that they don't want to get into checking your person because they're really not allowed to make up their own rules in Florida. Like local municipalities and things like that aren't allowed to make up their own rules. And you have the right to be out and armed.
Right.
Yeah, you just have to have a CCW.
Speaking of movies, before I forget, for those folks who like World War II type stuff and stuff about the military, there's a movie coming out called The Cold Blue, which is actual footage from a guy that was B-17. He went with the crews on bombing missions during World War II and then spent time with them back in the barracks. It's called The Cold Blue. It's coming out. Limited engagement.
Okay, it's going to be in theaters?
Yeah, you got to go to Phantom Events if you want to get a ticket.
Okay,
I'm going on the 23rd. So I saw the preview for it and it was like, oh, this looks cool, and it's in color too, which is kind of rare.
Better.
Yeah. So Aries Trey got in on this one. He says this the state has a statute that keeps them from stopping you. I'm not sure. I think he's talking about the concealed carry thing. We need to dig into this deeper and see like what's the difference of like a bag, something being in your bag, and then being on your person. Because I think that there's several places in Florida trying to use that to keep people out, but I'm not gonna go
on your person.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Who wants to walk around a big massive place like that
they're
not protected? Go ahead.
Their Roto headband be a giveaway though. They went to
Yeah.
I don't know how you pronounce that.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we didn't get into doing any patches things. I don't know. We just got caught up here. The next time, here's what we'll do. The next time, We'll have Dave. Dave, will you ever come back on this show? I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This has been cool. This is fun.
It has. Okay, just show us the prototype one more time before we wrap this up. You know. There you go. Because now your signal's awesome, so you can basically show us and tell us whatever you want to about this gun before we get out of here, man. That's what I think a lot of people would be interested.
I just thought of a question.
You know, as soon as I talk about this thing, my internet's going to crap out probably.
Yeah. What's your question, Walt?
It's bound to.
How does High Point export a decent amount of firearms?
We don't export anything. I know there's a couple companies that do, but I'm not privy to that information because, again, like I said, we don't do it.
Well, yeah, somebody else.
Someone else does that. Okay.
I can tell you a funny story of this was last year at a distributor show. We had the high points on the table, and it was a slow day. And there was a sheriff deputy who was also working in security there, walking around. He comes up and he sees the high points, and he's like, "Oh, high point." And we're like, "Oh, come on, man, don't hate on us just because it's high point." And he goes, "No." He goes, "It's all right." He goes, "That's just the first gun I got shot with." Great. We were in
the first gun you got shot with.
Well,
oh my God.
We're like, were you on duty here? We were in where were we at? In Chapin, South Carolina. Or I'm sorry, Columbia. And he was a sheriff deputy there, and we're like, "Were you here on duty?" And he was like, "No." He goes, "I was in Afghanistan."
With a high point?
Do what? I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He said he was in the Marines. They got in a firefight, and they were pulling back. And as he was running back while his guys were laying covering fire, he said he felt that sting, turns around, wastes the guy that was shooting at him. And he realized afterwards, he goes, "Man, I'm bleeding." It hit the back of his vest and then caught in the back of it and cut him open a bit. And they walk over to see, just what was left. And there was a 380 high point laying on the ground. And he was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh, damn.
They get him out of there because they said he was bleeding pretty bad.
Wow.
He said he woke up in Germany. And he said, "Man," he goes, "I called my dad." I said, "You'll never believe what happened to me." And he's like, "What?" And he goes, "I got shot by a high point in Afghanistan."
Damn. Okay.
So then, not 2 weeks later, we went to the Great American Outdoor Show, and there was a kid come up to me asking about why he should look at a high point over like Smith & Wesson was there. I was like, "Well, I'll ask this kid." I'm like, "Can you afford the Smith & Wesson? Can you afford an M&P?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Okay, well, there's your first in. You can probably afford my gun, not theirs. If you can afford theirs, I don't care whichever gun you get, as long as you've got a gun." And another sheriff deputy comes walking up and he tells the kid, he goes, "Yeah, buy one of those, man. It's a good gun." He goes, "I carried one as a throwaway in Afghanistan." Like, what caliber? He goes, 9mm. I was like, "Oh, that's good." He goes, "Why?" I said, "Well, it's a funny story. That guy got shot by the 380, and this dude, he said, no, I knew if I took a gun with me, I wouldn't be able to bring it back. So I want something that was inexpensive and was going to work." So he took a high point, and he said he made sure he blew it up when he was done with it, getting ready to come home. But
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
you got like that.
If he had to fight for his life,
carry piece.
if he had to fight for his life with that thing, yeah. So 817 LDS says, tell us about the slide again, Dave.
Yeah. So we're looking at from the original guns is real rounded. Now we've got more, treat the light better, more angular design on the slide. We've got the front and rear cocking serrations. And then a cool feature is with that sight base, we've elongated the sight base on it. So if I pick it to any rail, it'll drop in place. You can mount a red dot real quick to it. Just again, overview, obviously threaded barrel, standard accessory rails. So you mount your different lights to it. We're doing ambi mag releases now. And then the old rattle is going to be gone in favor of a grip safety. And then, there's that rattle. Your mainspring housing style is going to be a one-piece, reversible, rounded or flat. So you can customize that grip a little bit. Again, this prototypes, I'm not shoving it all the way. And obviously the coolest thing is the standard mags of this guy will be 10 rounds going from a double to a single stack. Future plan of that is going to be, the idea is we'll have additional mags. They'll have a larger base plate, so you can get your mag capacity out to, maybe 15 rounds, maybe 17 rounds, something like that. But that's the plan for the new model coming out end of this year.
Yeah, very cool.
With no name yet.
Right. It's going to be called the Hank Point 9. That's my prediction. Let me throw up this one last comment from Timmy BMN. Says, Dave, brother, thanks for everything in Indianapolis. You're the greatest, man. So I don't know what you did for that, dude, but you're a grown man. We're okay with it.
Yeah, we're cool with it. Appreciate it.
No, I'm sure that's someone that you helped out at the show this year.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to see what other things that's going on out here before we wrap it up. I think we could wrap it up. Look, Dave, I want to thank you for coming on, man. I think one of the things we try to do here when we can is expose people to the people behind companies.
Right.
You know, I think that's really important to not, like, we all know what High Point is. That's the one thing that no one can take away from you guys. The name brand recognition exists. We all know what it is, even if some of us are like, I'm never getting one or I don't like it. But I think it's really important to get to know the people behind the company and like what kind of culture really exists out there. So thanks for being brave enough for coming on, man. Hopefully you have fun. You'll do it again.
Oh, this is awesome. I'll totally do this again. This was fun, man.
Yeah. He says you'll remember him ride to Conrad. We went a little.
You put him on the spot, Hank.
Yeah. Okay.
You never put the guests on the spot.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen.
Little intoxication. How's that?
Oh,
say that.
Okay. Listen, if you're preparing for the future, like sex strike, it's okay. What two dudes do, so it's whatever. I'm not judgy like that. All right. I don't mean it.
He'll never be back.
Nah.
No, Dave's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. We spoke, we hung out with him at NRA. I don't know if I saw you at SHOT Show or not. I think I saw someone else from the company at SHOT Show. Because you guys had the cool bikes. You had what was that motorcycle?
Yeah.
What was that bike?
Harley. It was a Harley, but I don't remember what it was.
It was a Sportster that was hooked up like a military bike.
Kind of like one that was like kind of a scrambler.
Yeah.
That was at SHOT Show. Ron Norton of Inland Manufacturing. That was a project he had done. He'd had the OD green one was his bike, and then he had a tan one. I forget what it was too. That one he'd done for one of the riders at Guns and Ammo.
Yeah.
He had done it up in the same style for him.
Yeah.
Pretty slick.
Yeah. So very cool. Thanks for coming on, man. Before we go out of here, for the folks out there that want to follow you guys on social media or get in touch with you or whatever, how can they do that?
I'm trying to remember between Instagram and Facebook. It's just High Point Firearms. So you can find us on there. Obviously, highpointfirearms.com. You can find the links to all the social media. We try and stay pretty active on there. But also this weekend, I know we'll be in Pittsburgh for the USCCA show.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
I don't know who will be there. I don't know if I'll be there or not, but somebody will be there.
Someone will be there from High Point. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, we'll try to get you to come on again, and we'll do more stuff. We've definitely got a project that we're working on with you guys that's going to be coming out, so look forward to that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Babyface, how can the people get in touch with you, man? I saw your lathe video. You got a new lathe video out there.
Yeah, two ways. Either on YouTube, do a search for Babyface P. I'll come up, and I'm working on machinery at the moment. Not as much guns currently, but I'm trying to get the lathe up and running. Second thing is baby_face P on Instagram. That's where I post a lot of pictures of either the dog or gun stuff. And again, now a lot of lathe videos, lathe pictures.
Dogs and lathes, man. That's how you get big.
At the moment, it's dogs and lathes since I'm trying to get that chuck working. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And make sure you subscribe to him on YouTube. I think the numbers are growing, but we're trying to get it to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm working on getting more videos out as I work on the lathe.
Yeah, the lathe stuff is interesting. I think it's interesting. I was surprised at how dirty it was, and I would tell you, don't make that thing super clean.
Not.
I like the old paint that's on it.
Make it clean. Make it clean. To start with, make it clean.
The hardest thing right now is getting there's a 3-jaw chuck that I'm working on that is completely locked up, so it will come apart and be cleaned. It's just going to take time.
Just soak it in a big vat of penetrant.
It's currently sitting in Croyle, and
been doing the good stuff.
It's been in there for like 3 days now. So maybe I'll go tonight and see if I can pop the gear out.
Okay, cool. Walter, how about you? How can the folks get in touch with you?
Facebook, Instagram, some Twitter stuff too. SafetyRFarms.com, StenParts.com, Appliance Death. I got an idea for a new Appliance Death video too.
Oh,
not Appliance Death.
Mower death.
Mowerdeath.com. I have an idea for a new mower death video, but I'm not going to say it because somebody will copy me.
Yeah, don't spill the beans. Don't spill the beans.
Yeah. Anybody got a running lawnmower they want to donate to the cause?
Running lawnmower.
Well,
I have some goats. I can donate my goats.
Oh,
They're running.
No, we're not doing. No.
Barbecue goat.
I've got enough crap for killing a running lawnmower. Much less killing a goat would not be a good thing. No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No animals.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So that's how you get a hold of me.
Absolutely. All right. Cool. Make sure you follow Walter as well as High Point, the guys from High Point, Babyface P. I want to remind everyone that we're brought to you by Harry's Holsters. Check them out. The code's Hank Strange. That gets you 10% off at Harry's Holsters. And if we can get enough requests, maybe we'll get Harry to make a High Point holster. Yeah, that would be nice. Come on,
a one-off,
like special edition. Maybe. Come on. Okay, if you would have to get him one of those guns so that he could, because he actually it's made from it's 3D scanned and all that kind of stuff. His holsters.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty good stuff.
Doable.
Yeah, we'll have to work out a deal with him, but he's a good dude. All right, so we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks a lot to Dave from High Point for coming out, for real. Hopefully we'll have him back, but we had a lot of fun. We'll see you guys out there. Let me drop the end right now. Boom. There it goes. That's the end thing. Subscribe. Click the thumbs ups. Ring the bell so you can be notified. All that good stuff. We are out of here. All right, guys. Oh, everyone has to hold up the guns. Let's hold up. Hold up your High Points. We're out of here.
You get my point, bitch.
Or your blowbacks.
Yeah.